Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joining the other host,
Karen.
And for this episode, we are going to be talking about Fire in the Mountains.
It is. Finally, we did it.
Yes, 2026. We learned about this festival last year around November or something.
Last fall. Yeah, it was in November.
I think it was when it was announced. Metal Injection sort of had it as an article or something like, it's announced for next year. It's coming back again. And I looked it up. I checked out their website, checked out some of the videos, like, holy shit, this sounds fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I showed you, and I think you had the same reaction.
Yeah, and I was like, we're doing this.
Yes.
Like, it was almost an instant, like, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're doing this.
Right.
Sort of thing.
And it wasn't long after that we ended up buying tickets for this.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck it, we're going to figure out travel and how we're doing this because it's in Montana. It's at the Blackfeet Reservation in Montana outside of Glacial National Park, I think it is.
Yes.
And it's a camping festival. So it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Are we going to get a hotel and try to stay out there because they had shuttles from the hotels?
Yeah, they did. Because there is some like cabins and like resort type. Not resort, that's the wrong way to say it, but like...
Well, there was that resort down the hill.
Is it called a resort?
It looked like a resort because it had a golf course and all that shit as well.
Yeah, so there are some areas around there that you could get a hotel sort of thing.
Yeah. Or it was, we try to get as small amount of our camping, like the minimal camping shit we need, throw it in, do like a backpacking type trip.
We did talk about that and try to get it all in a suitcase sort of thing.
Or fly out there and buy the shit like a Walmart again, but it's like we already spent like almost $1,000 buying the shit the year before. Right. We don't need to buy it again.
We have everything that we need.
Or do we drive out there?
Yeah, because also with the whole flying, it's then renting a car as well.
Right.
Because I think there was either a shuttle from one of the airports.
Oh, was there?
The closer airport.
Okay.
Or people were doing rideshare, like teaming up sort of thing to get out there. But yeah, it was getting a little complicated.
Yeah.
So.
Or the driving, like I said.
Yeah, from Chicago to Montana.
It's a long drive.
Yeah. For us, it's 23 and a half hours.
Is it only 23? I thought it was longer than that.
Well, 23 and a half without stops.
Gotcha.
So, like, straight, like, if you Google it, it's 23 and a half hours.
Which, if you drive, that now starts to eat into vacation time.
Yep.
At the time, I had unlimited vacation. Yep. That job I got fired from and have a new job where now I actually have to count my days like you do.
Yes.
So like that then, becomes its own thing of like the vacation sort of economy and figure out what you can and can't do throughout the year.
Right.
So.
And you're a little limited on how much you can do sort of thing. Yeah.
So we did end up driving out there.
Yep.
We left Chicago Friday at like noon.
Yep.
Thereabout.
So the festival, what was the dates of the festival?
The dates of the festival were July 23rd through July 26th.
Okay. And we left Friday, July 17th.
I think so. I think that was the date.
About 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Drove from Chicago to Sioux Falls that first night.
Sioux City.
Sioux City, yes.
Yeah, Sioux City.
Then the next day drove from Sioux City to Gillette, Wyoming.
Yes. And we stopped 3 times that day.
We stopped at Wall Drug because there were so many fucking billboards.
Oh my God, this isn't about Wall Drug, but you can skip it. It's just a tourist trap.
Right.
And a lot of people. And then we went to Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
And then down the mountain from Mount Rushmore is Keystone.
Keystone, yep.
And we went there. That's kind of better in my opinion.
Yeah, it's still very touristy.
It is,
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we stopped and you got an ice cream and I got a beer, and you got a water when I got a beer, and the guy, there's like a local sitting there. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be $10 for the beer or for the water
and $6 for the beer.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's Keystone. Those are expensive prices here. And I was like, it's better than back home. And he's like, where's home? It's like Chicago. And it's like, yeah, beer's like $10 there. So I'll take a $6 beer.
And if you go to a venue, water is $9. So
right.
But anyways, so that was day 2.
Yeah, Gillette was a cool little town. They had like a meadery there, meadery/brewery that we went to, and like a small restaurant. Just, quick dinner and drinks and whatnot, then back to sleep, because the next day we left from Gillette and went to Great Falls.
Yes, and we stopped at
Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower, which is north of Gillette.
Yes.
We kind of backtracked. We didn't realize that we were backtracking, but
I did both of those growing up as a kid. This was your first time doing it. You're like, fuck it. I've never seen Mount Rushmore. Let's go there.
Yeah.
I really don't like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, I think.
I think Mount Rushmore to me was more just to see it once.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I did look up. I knew it was sacred ground as well to like local tribes, and I think it's the Lakota Sioux tribe.
Makes sense, yeah.
Who was sort of over that area, and I think others throughout the time as well. But apparently that mountain, and I'm pretty sure, I thought this was the case before going, and I looked it up, but that was a sacred mountain to that tribe that, you know, the U.S. had promised them the land, and then they found gold the next year, and like, no, we're going to take this land back.
Yep. And
then we destroyed their sacred land monument, or not their monument, but their mountain, to put the faces of our presidents up there.
Yeah, because white people are awesome.
Yeah. So that was kind of shitty. But the story behind the Devil's Tower, I love so much more. And when I was a kid, I was fascinated by this. I used to love Indian culture because, like, we did in elementary school, we did a subject on it. And we learned about like the music, the art. We did like all of the different subjects had a segment on Indian culture, and I fucking loved it. And we went out there when I was a kid and saw Devil's Tower, and hearing the story of like the seven sisters were out playing one day or doing something, and this massive bear starts to chase them, and they climb on a rock and they pray to the heavens, like, please save us. And what happens is the rock grew into this mountain, and the bear tried to get to it, and he kept jumping up there, and his claws would scrape into the mountain, tearing it apart. And that's how you see and
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
And it's fucking phenomenal. The story, like when you see that, like, holy shit, this is awesome. They ended up being taken by the gods up into the heavens, and there's like a constellation that is the Seven Sisters that like is above. I love that story so much more than like Mount Rushmore being the faces of presidents.
Yeah. I liked Devil's Tower. I think it's fantastic. Like, it's just amazing how like this random mountain's just out there by itself, and how it looks. And like, I liked when you're walking around it and all the rocks or like the parts of the mountain that have fallen off, and just how they're like just laying all over the place, and then they put paths in between it and stuff.
So as a kid, I thought Devil's Tower was the extinct core of a volcano, and that's why it has the unique shape and sort of structure,
like why
that
it looks
does.
Like that. Yeah. I guess we could put a picture on YouTube of this in case anybody doesn't know what we're talking about.
Right. I didn't look it up to see if that's really the case or not. I could easily do that, but whatever.
Yeah.
In any case, we get to Gillette. We stayed there for a couple of days while we worked during the day. Night we saw the Odyssey one night, and then we went to go see the local baseball team play.
Yeah.
They won. They did win,
8-7, I think.
Wasn't looking like they were going to win, but they ended up winning.
It was fun. Art Cruz's cousin was there, and Willie's brother was there. No, we're just joking. Their names were very similar, so we
sat there in the stands, we were joking amongst ourselves. Yeah,
I mean, we weren't there for either team, so it was just kind of fun to joke around.
But then the next day, or like a couple days later, on like Wednesday, we ended up driving out to the festival.
Yep.
Because we had the VIP tickets, which got us in on that Wednesday to set up our camp.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about pricing yet, so quickly doing that. We paid $4.99 for the VIP tickets. I think that's $4.99 a piece.
Yes.
And then $75 for the camping.
Yeah. The camping was per person as well.
Okay.
And then parking was one.
Parking was one
car. Yeah.
One price of $65 to park. We got the campsite where you could park at your campsite.
Yeah, but that meant we couldn't leave during the festival.
Exactly. So. We also bought the add-on 3-day barbecue pass, which was $90 a person for that. I have some note here that the fees were donated to buy books for school by the Humanitics Company. Humanitics Company. Yeah. All proceeds given to the Native Suicide Prevention.
Yeah. What was the fees? It was not much. $41.
Fees were $41.
Yeah. So it wasn't much. And like when you checked out, this was November of last year, but when you checked out, it did say like this fee is being donated. Like, so Humanitics isn't making money off of it.
Right. There are other sort of camping options you had. We did the GA camping, which
mainly because everything else was, well, we don't have an RV. And the premier camping was sold out.
Yeah, so there's the RV camping, like you mentioned. We don't have an RV, so there's no reason to do that. We did the GA camping. The other option, as you said, was premier. We drove by those lots. We didn't go into them, but it was like in a wooded area.
Yeah.
With like picnic tables and shit.
They look like the campsites that are at the actual campgrounds. So I think it's Red Eagle Campground.
Oh, okay.
The campground that's right next to this area. So I think that those are the actual campground sites.
Okay.
They come with like a picnic table, and then they're wooden. Yeah, like there's woods around it.
So there's different options to choose from. Maybe we'll throw some images up here from what they have on their website if they still have when we edit this. But there's like beds, there's carpets, chairs, and whatnot. One person I was talking to said there was like a air-conditioned bathroom as well, like those trailer ones and whatnot.
Yeah. This does say nicer bathrooms will be provided for the glamping only.
Yeah,
Done.
I wish we would have saved the pricing,
Yeah.
but we don't have the pricing to see what the difference of these are. Again, we paid $4.99 for our ticket.
Well, $4.99 for the VIP. That was for the
Yes.
festival ticket.
Yeah.
The GA camping was $90 per person.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Which at first when I was booking it, I thought it was kind of weird that you had to pay per person for the camping.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Because it's like our tent just takes up one spot.
Right.
But I don't know. That's just how they did it. So.
Yeah. The VIP did come with some stuff. One of the main selling points for me was the poster that it came with. There at the festival, there was no other way to buy a poster. The only way you got the poster was through this package. You had a patch, which is just this little tiny patch.
Yeah, it's their normal patch.
It's their logo,
with the logo and the mountains and stuff. It is gold to kind of show that it's VIP versus the white one that's the regular one.
Right.
So.
You're building a black and white vest, so we ended up buying the white one.
I had to buy
for you.
another one. Yeah.
They did have other patches though that were the art of this year. So I wish the patches were more like that, and not that like little tiny one.
Yeah.
You got the shirts.
Yep.
As well, which had a unique design, I think, for the VIP only, but the bands weren't on the back, which I wish, it would have had the bands.
We didn't look at until we were in the hotel on the way home, and otherwise we would have bought a shirt.
Yep.
So.
It got you a ticket to the photo booth, the like whatnot.
Yeah,
we did not use that.
No.
What else did it get you?
Early entry to camping.
The Wednesday access.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we got the VIP tent.
The VIP tent, which was supposed to include unlimited non-alcoholic drinks.
Yes.
Which is a weird way to phrase that to me because the entire festival itself is a dry festival.
Yes.
No alcohol whatsoever.
No alcohol, no substances.
Not at your campsite, not at, well, you could have nicotine. Like,
that's true.
Whatever. That's a different kind of drug
and
that you're
people
allowed to use.
Weed, so.
You weren't supposed to, but
I know,
I could smell it and I saw a couple people. In any case.
No alcohol.
No alcohol. So it's like, why would you specifically say non-alcoholic when, does that mean like the NA beers are going to be free? Or does that just mean like the soda and water is going to be free?
Yeah. I was assuming it was soda and water. However, when we got there,
it turned out to be nothing.
Yeah.
So the first day of the actual festival, I think it was, there were a couple guys standing in line at the bar when I went up to get another beer, fake beer or NA beer.
Yeah, NA beer.
And they were asking about that and they had a screenshot on their phone. And I was like, we also have this question. So I'm going to tag along with you guys and find out what you hear. So I also don't have to ask.
So I didn't ask you.
I wasn't going to ask. I was just going to figure it out. They ended up bringing, I think her name was Susan, down. Like, we stood there for a while. They called around. They brought her down. I didn't like how she handled the situation a little bit because as soon as she comes down, she's like, hey, so what can I do for you guys? And it was sort of like this I felt like it was a negotiating tactic of like, you need to.
How can I make you happy?
You need to state your problem. And then, like, exactly, there was, at the end of it, she's like, what can I do to make you happy?
Yeah.
And a part of me is like, I'm not unhappy. Like, you've now not forced this on me, but you phrase this in a way where you're making me sound like I'm unhappy or I'm angry. I'm not. I simply want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And what she said, or what she told us there was, hey, our distributor or our partner, who was their partner?
Hopwater?
Hopwater.
Hopwater was the...
Hopwater was from...
Was the advertisement?
No, it was somebody else. Fuck, I can't remember who the distributor was.
Oh, okay.
Or their partner was, their sponsor was. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They're typically their sponsor. She's like, they give us 4 pallets of stuff, or they give us plenty of stuff. They didn't come through this year, and they didn't give us stuff, so we couldn't do the free stuff for you guys. We're sorry. There was a happy hour for 1 hour a day where they had one drink that they gave away for free.
If you were in the tent.
If you were in the tent only. That wasn't announced anywhere or told anything.
Yeah.
And I was talking to those guys. We ended up hanging out with them quite a bit. One of the guys is from the Chicagoland area. The other guy's from Baltimore. We hung out with them quite a bit. They were super fucking awesome people. Hope to run into them again down the road. But I was talking to them. And it's like, as saying like, yeah, we weren't sure like what they meant by non-alcoholic, if that's just going to be the beer, if that's going to be everything, or the soda and whatnot. And after she left and we were talking, she's like, do you guys want a 6-pack of this stuff? And will that make you happy? And she's like, come up to the tent. I'll hook you guys up with merch and stuff like that. It's like, I don't want merch. I just want you to tell us, be upfront with us about this.
Because there was no announcement saying like, hey, we can't do this. We're sorry, anything like that we saw. Yes. Maybe there was on social media or something, but there's no signal. Like nobody had signal up there. So.
And that was the common thing we had. It's like, just have some communication. Yeah. If we don't say anything, let's just pretend like it doesn't happen and let people like figure it out for themselves, or maybe they won't even ask us about it type thing. But
even like the person at the bar didn't seem to know anything about it.
No, she didn't know anything when we first asked her about it. She's like, there's a happy hour tomorrow. And it's like, no, it says here. And she's like, oh, I've never seen this or heard of this. Throughout the weekend, we watched other people go up and ask. They had it printed out to show them. And they're like, nope, sorry, we're not doing that. And you'd see people like walk away pissed. And I get that. Yeah. Because they were still charging like $7 for that non-alcoholic stuff.
Yeah. And if you're planning on not spending money on beverages, then it could be a budget issue.
Yeah. And they also, by the end of the weekend, ran out of so much stuff. There's like, I took a video of the board on the last day where it's like the soda's being crossed off, the beer's being crossed off one by one as they're running out. So to me, it sounds like it's a management issue. You didn't order enough supplies. Maybe you didn't anticipate the amount of people, because I think the previous years there really weren't that many people that showed up to this festival. Yeah. And it seemed like it might have been a lot larger this year. And they just,
some people said, I heard double the size. Some people said 3 times the size. So
yeah.
And I saw videos I saw pictures from the first year of the opening ceremony, and I was like, I was expecting nobody, and there was everybody.
Yeah. So that was a little frustrating. I mean, they could have done, shit, we don't have enough to do it. Here's 5 drink tickets. Here's 10 drink tickets.
Yeah, to do something.
There's other things they could have done, but that bit was a little frustrating for me, for sure. I think that wraps up the pricing. I think that's where we're at, right?
Oh, yeah.
In this conversation.
So we're kind of jumping all over the place.
Yeah. What do we want to do now? Do you just want to go into day by day and we'll talk about the bands for each day as we go through it?
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So Wednesday, there was no bands that we got there. We just set up our campsite. We walked around a lot. Went to the lake.
Yep.
And was that all we did?
I think so. We went to the lake. We kind of walked around there. You weren't allowed to go to the bowl technically, which is where the concert was.
You can walk through it though.
Yeah, and maybe we'll throw a picture up of the map or something, because the campgrounds we'll throw a picture up right now. The campgrounds were, pretend like I'm pointing to where the campgrounds were. That's where we were at. You go down, you go through sort of like the merchandise alley, which we did get our merch that night.
Yep.
We bought extra merch. Quick note, side note with merch, it fucking sells out.
Yes.
The festival merch, the band merch, it fucking sells out. So if you want something, get it early.
Yeah, like wait you'll see the lines are long. Like wait in them. Don't wait for the band to get over, or don't wait to go in the middle of a band or something. Just get, like, if you go to this festival, get your merch and get it early. Don't think, oh, I might get this or whatever. Like if you want it, get it.
Right. Because by like the second day, third day, and it's weird because second day to me would be like the Thursday.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard to count the days. So the festival technically didn't start until Friday.
Well, Thursday was the
opening ceremony and the local bands.
Yep.
And then Friday was when like the band merch started. But the festival merch was available Wednesday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
But by like Friday or maybe even Saturday morning, I heard somebody in line being like, they're out of the blankets, they're out of this, they're out of this. All they have is the little things. Yeah. The Thursday morning, they were out of patches, I think it was. Yeah. Somebody got the
the festival patch.
Yeah, somebody got the last one of those off the wall.
Yeah.
So merch fucking sells out if you want merch. And there was one time where we were like, I don't know if I want to get this yet. We can wait on it. And I was like, we can wait. We'll get this the last day.
I'm glad that we got it though.
Good thing we didn't wait. Yeah.
Otherwise we wouldn't have came home with anything.
We did not get any band merch because it was all sold out. There was one band, I can't remember who it was. They had unique shirts made for the festival that looked like they were designed by the high school class. Like a student in the high school class designed the shirt. I wish I would have just bought all of those. I could have. The other thing is the band merch lines. There was a unique line for each band.
Yeah, and people didn't realize that either. Like kind of makes sense, but I kind of hate when festivals do that. It's like just set up everything all at once.
Yep, exactly. So that's merch. But yeah, you go down through the merchandise alley. There's food trucks there as well. Then you go down through the bowl, and through the bowl is how you get to the lake. The bowl was technically closed off that day because they were still building it, and it was like under construction. So for safety reasons, you can't get down to the bowl, but you can walk through to...
because the path to the lake is through the bowl. So.
Yeah. Which is a really weird thing, which will come up here in a little bit as well, for me anyway. But yeah, I think that's all we did Wednesday. Yeah,
the other thing that we did was... for Wednesday, we weren't quite sure about the food situation because technically the food trucks weren't supposed to be there until Thursday. So we did stop at a store before leaving Great Falls and got like some bread and meat and stuff, like just to make like charcuterie type things. And they did ask for if you're going to eat or like make food to do it in a tent area or inside your car, which we're not going to sit in our car and eat. So we went down to the communal tent area to eat. We did do that on Wednesday, and then you also played Magic on Wednesday night.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
With the food, real quick before getting to Magic, for bear safety, they have a special locked compartment for you to put your food in if you want to, other than your car. That special locked compartment is a U-Haul truck.
Yeah, they had them all over the festival grounds too. I'm assuming for the bar and stuff, because you had to keep anything like soda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there's actually a list. I just saw it on one of the pages you were on. So it says anything was sent. Food coolers, garbage, beer. Oh, they have beer on there, but you weren't allowed to bring beer. Yeah. Soda, glass bottles, even unopened, scented candles, blah, blah, blah. Like anything that could potentially have a scent needed to be locked up, either in your car.
Okay.
Any hygiene stuff, anything like that, you need to have locked in your car or in those...
U-Hauls, the bear containers.
Yeah, and I think they used the U-Hauls because some people came on planes, they took the shuttles, that sort of thing.
Oh.
Not everybody had a vehicle, or there was people on motorcycles.
That makes more sense.
Or if you had, I saw this in the Discord, which I do not do Discord, but I saw the question come up that they had a soft-sided Jeep. And they needed to use the U-Haul for that because I guess bears can rip through soft-sided Jeeps.
Interesting. But you brought up Discord, and that's a good segue back into Magic, because that's how you found out about Magic, is on the Discord. Yeah. They were putting together a Magic draft and whatnot. So I brought packs to do a Chaos draft. I love Chaos drafts. I haven't done too many of them. I buy loose packs, or back in the day when I played Magic, I bought so many loose packs. I have so many different ones because a part of me is like, I want to do a Chaos draft. I've got unopened boxes because I want to do drafts. And like someday I'll have 7 more friends and we can do a draft. And I think when I told you that like 15 years ago, you laughed at me. Like, you won't have 7 friends. What are you talking about?
I think I laughed on how you said it, not that you wouldn't have friends.
Oh, well, I took it as I wouldn't have friends.
How many friends do you have that play Magic?
Not 7, that's for sure.
Not any.
Yes. So when you found out about that, I was super excited. So I brought my Magic gear so I can play Magic. And I did that Friday night.
No, or Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, yes.
I know our days get all messed up on this whole trip. So
that was fun. It was really dark and we got really late and really cold. So we did the draft in 2 rounds each. Okay. And then everybody sort of left.
I went to bed. So.
It was like 12:30 when we got done after our second round. So I was like, fuck it. Everybody's like, I'm going to bed. The next day on Friday, they did another draft. Thursday. Shit. Yes, Thursday. And I partaked in that one as well. Outside of that, I was done playing Magic. I think others may have played more, but I was like, I'm here for the festival. I'm gonna do this. And on that first night, there were a couple people who had been here before. They were like, this panel doesn't seem interesting to me. This one doesn't seem interesting to me. This band, I don't really want to see them again. I've seen them already, blah, 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 stuff like that. This band, I definitely want to see. They were like planning out their festival and whatnot. And they're like, at this point, I might go play Magic. And one of the guys was like, this festival's not just about the music. It's about the community aspect and like hanging out with you guys and getting to chat with you guys again and whatnot. Like that to me, that's the most important thing. And like, fair, everybody has their own thing.
Yeah.
I'm there to see the band, so I'm not going to play Magic again. I wish I could have played more Magic because it was fun. I don't play anymore, but it was fun to play the little bit I did.
Yeah.
Go on to Thursday then?
Yeah, Thursday.
We set up our camp Wednesday, and then, Thursday we wake up, and they're starting to load more people around us.
Because Thursday was general admission.
Yep.
Or like when the camping actually opened for everybody else.
Which I get.
Yeah.
Like you sold this place, you need to go. I will say our view of the mountain range and the scenery was so much better without all the tents around us.
Yeah.
So when they started to pull in and start setting up their gear around us, I was like, fuck, I lost my view. Where'd my view go?
So this is something that's different than the only other camping festival that we've done where we've actually camped is Incarceration. And at Incarceration, they had like boxes that you were to set up your tent within this box, and it was 20 by 20. These spaces were supposed to be 20 by 20 as well. However, it was more of you pull in where they tell you to pull in, or like where the people put their little posts for you to pull in. And then they're like, okay, just set up your tent. And it was kind of take as much space or little space as you need to set it up. And they weren't like square boxes.
Yeah, it was interesting for sure because it seemed like they were trying to have it square boxes. So they had like 2 poles attached to a string, and that would be like how they would like, this is where it ended for one. Let's go over here and do this. Yeah. I do wish it was a little more rigid and like spaced, like clearly defined of where your territory was.
Because we set up our tent. Well, so we parked in one spot, and then they were like, okay, now you can set up your tent on this side. If you want it on the other side, we'll have the next car pulled down. And we're like, no, that's fine. Like, we'll set it up over here. So we set up our tent next to the other tent that was already getting set up. And then we set up the canopy that we had behind the tent. Well, what I'm considering behind the tent. And at first I was like, well, we're kind of like taking more space. But then I was like, well, this car is, or, like we're in line with this tent over here. And then this car over here, we're in line with. So I think it's fine. And then our neighbors ended up setting their tent up in the same spot, or like same area that we had our canopy in. So, I mean, it wasn't defined well. Yeah. And I did hear some complaints later on in the festival about that. Like, I guess somebody was supposed to have a 4-man section.
Oh.
So they were supposed to have more space.
Yeah.
But because one person had like a small car or something that showed up, they kind of got less space to set up. Because I think they wanted to do, like, we saw it at Incarceration where people like make communities.
Like a compound type thing.
So I think that they wanted to do that and they didn't have space for that.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing this up because if you're going to do this festival, our experience was it's not as rigid as maybe other festivals.
Yeah, and it's weird because when the GA people came in behind us, like the dude from LA or SoCal or wherever the fuck he was from.
Southern California,
came, like it felt like his space was very small.
It was,
and the person next to him had even a smaller spot. Yeah. Like it wasn't a well-defined, like you get a 20 by 20. It's like,
but then the person next to the LA guy, which I never talked to, but I mean, he just had his little car.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was very tiny. Well,
I was going to say, like, he just had his little car and a little tent.
Yep.
So he didn't need, I mean, not that people need space, but like, he didn't need as much space as like the guy from Southern California who had a huge canopy thing that he was trying to set up. So.
And then next to him, the guys from Alaska who just set up like a tarp over their 2 cars. Yeah. And that seemed like it was like right up against the main folks next to us.
Yeah,
as well.
Our neighbors. Yeah, like their tarp kind of was the entrance to their tent.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was very interesting where our experience at Incarceration was a little bit more rigid, where it was like, this is your box. Like, set up your tent in your box.
And I don't know if the other campgrounds have a more rigid space, or if it was just this one GA that was sort of like, let's make it work and whatnot.
Yeah, let's just set everybody up in here as much as possible.
I wish it was a little more organized from that standpoint, for sure. For me anyway. Also, when I was playing Magic this next day as well, we had to leave the food tent because that's where we played, was under the food tent, because that's where the bear safety came in. The person I was playing with, we came back to our tent, we finished our round there, and then they bounced and we went and did our own thing. But they were the ones that told me, oh, the local bands or the high school bands are going to start at like whatever time they were going to start.
Like 3:00.
Yeah, I didn't know what time they were going to start. I thought it was the powwow at like 3 or something. But she was like, no, it's going to be the high school bands are going to play, then the powwow, then the local bands.
So from 3 to 6 was the local feed.
Okay.
Or the communal feed.
Yep.
Which is the barbecue, but it was only available to VIP, RV camping, and premier camping. Oh, and glamping.
Okay.
But not the GA camping. So like, we had GA camping, but we had VIP.
Yeah. Right.
So we were able to go.
And there were people who got in line not knowing that and got up the line was long too.
Like we probably waited over an hour.
I would say so.
And yeah, some people got up there and they didn't have the correct wristband.
Yep.
And it was a little chaotic. Like that part was a little chaotic.
Yeah. I did though enjoy the barbecue, the communal feed from that standpoint, because you go through the line and they're like, here's what we have to offer. Take whatever you want, one of each, basically.
Yeah.
When we did the barbecue later on, it was 2 proteins, 4 sides.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, at the communal feed, I got one of everything. I would like to have one of everything again.
Yeah.
But no, you have to then choose what proteins you want.
Yeah. It was a little bit different.
Was a little frustrating. The whole barbecue thing.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Or do you want to talk about that
Let's
now?
just do it now. Yeah.
Okay. So
it was $90 a person.
A person for all 3 days. So because we paid all 3 days.
So $30 a day.
Yeah.
For lunch, basically.
Yeah.
Price wise, a little bit expensive. You can go get 4 tacos, street tacos for $16.
Yeah. Yeah. Or chicken tenders for $16.
And I get it's smoke. It's like you're smoking this meat. It's got to be meat right now is expensive anyway.
And it was bison, duck, lamb, and pork.
And turkey sometimes.
Oh, turkey sometimes. Yeah. That's right. Every day was a little bit different.
Yeah. I don't know if turkey was there every day, and then one day they just didn't have it up when we went through the line.
Maybe.
I don't know what it was. The sides were fine. It was standard sort of, potato salad, macaroni and cheese.
But this is the complaint that I had, is the menu that they put out was like smoked potato salad with like scallions and like all this stuff. And then it was supposed to be like smoked sweet potatoes and mixed vegetables. And like, they made it seem so tasteful.
Well, they did have like a char grill that they were always over.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that was the smoke aspect.
Part. But my whole thing is the potato salad is what you get at Mariano's.
Yep.
Or like a grocery store. The vegetables were smoked, but it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. And one day they only had onions.
The corn on the cob was actually pretty good.
I never had the corn.
I haven't had corn on the cob in years, but having it on the grill is really good. Whenever I would go to the Iowa State Fair, I'd always get a corn on the cob there.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
But it was always also dipped in that butter.
Yeah. They didn't put butter on this
I don't think they had butter on this one, but that was actually really good.
Yeah.
This was also the very first time in my life that I have ever had cornbread.
And you liked it?
Turns out cornbread's actually somewhat good. I enjoyed it.
There's some different kinds of cornbread. This was more the sweeter, drier side.
Yeah.
You should have put, if they had honey.
They did,
honey on cornbread is really good.
They offered it. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want that.
There is cornbread that they make with like cream corn,
Ugh.
and it's not as good.
No.
But anyways, so my whole thing with the barbecue is the quality of what they sold or what they advertised, and the product that was given is a little. They juiced up some words to make it seem better.
Well, so far you've only talked about the sides. You haven't talked about the proteins. And I will say this. One, the portion of the proteins you get is very small. It's not that much. Yeah. And again, I understand it's meat. I understand meat's expensive. And that smoking meat is also very expensive. It takes a long time to smoke a chunk of meat, like 24 hours, especially bison. But the portion you get's very small, and the quality was fucking garbage.
It was all over the place.
Everything I had was super fucking dry, unedible at some points. Like the bison, and bison's tough. I get that. Yeah. So I had it the first day at the communal feed. It was insanely tough. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not having this again. I got pork.
See, that's so funny because the first day that we had the bison that I got the first day was jelly. Like it wasn't cooked very well.
The pork I got the next day was way too dry. Well, I threw that away because I could not eat that. The next day they had pretty moist looking pork on the grill, and she's like, no, this is still cooking. And it's like, it doesn't need to be dry. You can have some moisture to it, folks.
Just give it to me today. And then finally Sunday, we get in line before it opens.
Yes.
Because they opened, every day it opened different times. So
which is also fucking weird. It was
like 11 one day, noon one day, 1 day. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we got in line and it wasn't quite open. And that day, though, that food was the best.
Yes.
Because we were like maybe 15th in line or something.
Yes.
And that was the best. So if you do the barbecue, get there as soon as it opens.
I don't know. I heard some people say we got here right away.
And it was bad?
It's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
It's expensive. For me, this is not worth it. Yeah. I would fucking skip this 100%.
The third day, I almost just said, well, because the second day, I didn't eat anything. Like, I ate like 5 bites of my food. And then because I got the turkey and the pork that day, and they were both so dry that I couldn't, there was nothing to like moisture it or whatever.
This was the worst barbecue I've ever had. Even worse than the shit I make. And I don't make good barbecue. I'm making better barbecue. I'm learning and I'm making better. The thing is, though, these people are supposed to be professionals.
Right.
So, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it's worth it.
Fuck no. Go get street tacos. To be fair, some of the food trucks really sucked as well. We got pizza one night from like the Stone Oven, which was this tiny ass pizza. I stood there for like 50 fucking minutes waiting for this tiny ass fucking pizza. 3
people came and ate and left while I was saving you a seat. So it was a long time.
The $20 chicken piece basket thing. The fries were decent. The chicken was okay.
See, I had good chicken from there.
I had dried out chicken. It wasn't the greatest.
The birria tacos were really good.
The tacos I didn't like from the taco truck, but you really did. Yeah. You also liked the burrito.
Yeah, I like the tacos and the burrito.
I'm a finicky ear. I like to say that I have the sophisticated palate of a 5-year-old. So like that's the kind of food I enjoy.
Yeah.
So there were no McDonald's chicken nuggets, basically, is what I'm saying.
I did hear that this year the food truck abundance was better than last year, or like the amount of food that was available was better. They do call out in the all the notifications of coming to this festival to try to be as self-efficient as possible. Bring enough water for yourself, bring food for yourself, that sort of thing.
And there were plenty of people cooking under the tent.
The problem with that is they ran out of ice at the general store.
They did, but they always replenished.
They did. But I'm saying, like, if you are planning on bringing food and you need to keep it in your car and keep it iced, you need to have a really good cooler to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but also the speed at which they replenished the ice was like 2-3 hours at most.
Oh, no, they were out for the entire day. They didn't have any left until the next morning.
When?
On Friday.
No.
Friday into Saturday. Yeah.
Because we saw people walking back the next, I saw people walking back. I think it was a timing thing, because I also talked to somebody else who was like, they were out on Friday. He's like, but they were only out for like 3 hours and then they got more.
Okay.
But I think our initial thought was maybe they were out. I'm going off what I heard other people say.
And I'm not saying it as a thing on the festival. I'm just saying you need to plan for it. Happening.
Yeah, you do need to plan for them to be out. But also I think they were really good at restocking really quickly. Okay. That's all I'm saying as well. Food prices were somewhat okay.
Yeah, I heard that the year before the food prices were really cheap.
Yeah.
And this year it was festival pricing.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit cheaper than incarceration, but
yeah, $16 for tacos. That's not too bad. $4 a taco.
No, I mean it wasn't bad. But I
heard
$20
for chicken strips. That was high for me.
Yeah, I heard the year before though there was like $5 tacos and $5 burgers and stuff. So I mean,
I did see a $4 hot dog though.
Oh really?
Yeah, at one of the stands. So I probably could have eaten a $4 hot dog.
Yeah, just eat hot dogs that weekend.
Lemonade was really good too.
Yeah,
$5 lemonade.
Well, it was $5. Then it went up to $6 the last day.
The last day, yeah. I think they also had like an unlimited refill for like $10.
Oh, really?
And I saw a couple. You do that the first day, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, there was plenty to satisfy people. Mm-hmm. The other thing with the food trucks is a lot of them ran out by the end of the night, and they shut down before the end of the concert. So you had to kind of plan for that. But then also a lot of them, especially on the last day, were running out. Like the taco truck was gone. I heard them talking Saturday night that they didn't have very much left. And once they were done on Sunday. So it's just something to plan for. Like, the food might not be available the whole time.
I mean, that seems to be like the theme of this festival is shit sells out.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if you're planning on getting food on your way back to your tent or something, it might not be there.
Definitely plan accordingly, but shit sells out. Yeah. Even like the lemonade one day sold out. They stopped selling lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Communal feed. Then we went down to see the local bands, the high school bands.
Yeah, we missed one. So we missed Death Feather because we were eating at the communal feed.
Yep.
But we saw Nail Bomb, which these are all bands from the Browning Alternative High School in the music symposium course.
Yes. Yep.
So we saw Nail Bomb and John Doe.
Right.
John Doe was fun. They were
like the death metal kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they
Nail Bomb was more rocky, if I remember right.
Yeah. Nail Bomb was more like a rocky sound, and John Doe was the death metal. And they were they were fun. They were just having fun.
I enjoyed Nail Bomb more. The reason I didn't enjoy John Doe as much as you maybe is because they were having too much fun.
Oh.
They were all like, I love my mom. My mom's over here. She's awesome. My sister's over here. And here they are in like, I don't want to say corpse paint. I think it was like native possibly paint.
I think it was corpse paint.
Whatever, but basically corpse paint, right? And they're playing black metal or death metal or something. And they're so happy and cheerful. It's like, no, when you're on stage dressed like that, you are angry and like Satan. Don't be like, I love my mom. I love my sister.
I liked the drummer of the band because he was like, I was so nervous to play this or to play. I mean, they played like 2 or 3 songs each, but he was like, I was so nervous to play this. And then I got here and all you guys were so supportive. And like, this has been so much fun.
I'm joking. They were awesome.
They were awesome. I get what you're saying, that they were too happy to.
But you're too happy to be up there in that look. Like, be a little more Satan. Like, come on. Act the part. Yeah. But they were fun. Nail Bomb was also fun. I wish we got to see Death Feather. So much fun. We walked up to our tent to like change or get some. I can't remember what the fuck we walked up to our tent for. But we were gonna take the long way down because the path into the bowl, you can either go down through that merch place, or you can walk all the way around down by the lake and back up. And I was like, let's go do that. We haven't walked that path before. We ended up getting there late and missed the beginning of the opening ceremony and the powwow, and there were so many fucking people.
So I saw pictures from last year. I don't know if I said that already, but there was maybe like 50 people, 100 people there, so I was not expecting it to be packed.
Yeah, neither was I, and I really wish we would have got there early so we can actually see, because we couldn't really see that well.
Yeah.
And they had the local tribe there doing their dances and singing their songs.
And the dedication to the festival. And the flag.
They had the veterans holding the nation's flag up, the Blackfeet Nation's flag up in the center of the powwow. That was really cool. I loved the singing and the drums more than the dancing.
Yeah, I would agree there. Yeah. And there was like a prayer given by the elder. A Blackfeet prayer given by the elder to like bless the festival or whatever.
In their native tongue as well, which was so fucking awesome to hear.
I gotta say though, his words are very drawn out. I was like...
Yeah, it was a long speech at the beginning, for sure. The powwow was fun, though. I was we did get to see a little bit of that. It was fun. There was a part where they brought everybody, not just the tribe, in to do dancing, and they're like, dance your dance. And you saw people like moshing in there, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah. The powwow was a highlight for me, for sure. After that, though, then we get the local bands. 2 of the bands were from Browning, and, well, I guess... all 3 were from Browning, and I think Starline was the other band that was half from Browning. Centerline, sorry, I keep saying Starline. They were half from Browning and half from like Great Falls, or was that
not Great Falls?
Panoka? Was that the band that was like half and half?
It's Centerline. It started in Browning, but now they live in a different town.
Billings?
No.
Whatever. I can't remember, but basically Browning as well. They started there.
Let's just say Browning.
But the bands for the local band showcase was Radiation Candle. That was the band. Missoula, yes.
The other town.
Ponoka, and then Centerline, like you said. All 3 were great. Ponoka is my favorite. Fucking stole the show for me.
Yeah, it's 2 cousins, Blackfeet Nation natives, and just the message of their songs. It's just a drummer and a guitarist or bassist.
The guitarist,
yeah. I can't remember if he did bass.
There's synth effects as well. Yeah. There's like voiceover elements as well.
That's the part that I think is the best, is in the songs and before the songs, it's natives speaking, and it's all about like being on the reservation, having it went with the festival very well because it was like being on the reservation, the hurt that comes from like suicide and from the discrimination and the effects that all that has on the people. And
I picked up more on like the speech. To me, it was like a speech to like Congress or to like some sort of governing body of like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I am a person. Yeah. Treat me as a person. Yeah. Like it felt very. To me, they were like a political band. To me, they were like Rage Against the Machine, but like an Indian Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
I fucking love them.
I love them too.
Holy
and I love
shit.
the music that went with it and the emotion that came with the music and like with the background of the mountains and everything. Yeah. I thought it was just perfect. Like
very industrial type of music.
Yes,
it was so fucking good.
Yes.
They stole the show from me for sure. Yeah. Maybe even the whole weekend. They were fucking good.
Probably my favorite out of the whole weekend.
I do remember Starline coming up.
Centerline
coming up next and just being completely different.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is more grungy, I got Nirvana vibes from them.
Yeah, I would agree there. It's more mainstream, like a mainstream sound sort of thing.
And they were really good.
Yeah, they were really good.
But I wanted more Panoka.
I know. I wish they would have been switched because I think ending the night with Panoka would have been perfect. We didn't talk about what was Radiation Candle. There were two brothers who were playing.
Oh shit! Yes.
And that was their first performance they've ever put on.
Yes. And they had a backing track for the drums. And they kept.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was two guitarists only.
Yeah, I don't want to say they kept fucking it up, but they kept trying to get the track to go, and he was having issues with his gear. Yeah. Definitely their second performance ever.
First performance
ever. And a part of me was like, we've brought this up before too. People having backing tracks for instruments they don't have. It's like, just get a fucking bassist already.
Yeah.
And a part of me is like, just get a fucking drummer. But then I'm like, well, you're from Browning. There's not too many drummers probably.
They're all here.
Also, the high school bands all had drummers, but it'd be kind of weird to go to the high school as like our age hanging around. Like, I had this in my head and it made me laugh when I was sitting there watching them because like, yeah, they're not going to go to the high school like, hey, do you play drums? You want to come hang out in our van with us and go check out our studio?
Yeah.
Like you're not doing that.
I thought it was amazing though that was their first performance that they did. You could tell it was their first performance, but
they were good.
I remember them being good. Better.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope they stick with it. It was really good. It really was.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
And I watched the side people, the people putting on the show, and like when they couldn't get the drum track to go, like one guy was going to come out and help or whatever, but then he got it going. So, but then after they were done, there was all like thumbs up, like, you know, like everybody was excited that they did it.
So fucking supportive.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes.
The crowd, everyone. Like it was. Yeah, this is a great place to have your first performance. Like,
for sure.
Nobody's gonna give a fuck if you fuck up. Like
nobody's gonna boo you off stage or anything like that. It's like,
no, take your time. We got you. Don't worry. It's all good. We're not pissed off.
Exactly.
Everyone was great, but I'm sorry, Panoka was.
Oh like, Panoka stole the weekend.
I can't get enough of them. Yeah. And we tried to look on Spotify. They don't have anything.
I cannot find anything. I'm gonna try. They do have an Instagram with one post from Fire in the Mountains. I'm gonna try to message and see if there's anything recorded.
Bandcamp, something.
Yeah,
like,
something.
I need more of this. Like as soon as they got done, we went over to the table to see if they had merch.
Everybody did.
Yes.
Everybody went over there, and it was Centerline merch, and everybody's like, "Oh, I was."
And everybody turned around and walked away.
I feel bad that everybody turned around and walked away, but
Centerline was awesome. I'm sorry, you guys were, but Panoka, I can't get enough of this. But yeah, that's Thursday.
Yep.
Let's move on to Friday.
Yep.
All right, so Friday. I guess every day from here on out pretty much followed the same sort of format for us.
Yeah.
Why don't you describe what that is?
So we'd wake up. Well, I would wake up earlier than you. Friday morning I got woke up really early on Friday morning because people were excited. The campgrounds were a little bit noisier and that sort of thing. So I would drink my coffee, and then when you would wake up, we would put on our shorts and go to the lake.
Yes.
To have our bath because there are no shower facilities at the campgrounds.
There's no shower facilities. There's no bathhouses for like restrooms.
Yeah, no running water.
No running water. Before going out there, I remember you telling me that it's primitive bathrooms. Yeah. And to me, that made me think of like summer camp with Boy Scouts when I grew up, where it was basically a hole in the ground and a wood shack, like a true outhouse. Yeah. So that's what I anticipated here.
Yeah. And there could be in the campgrounds.
Maybe.
We didn't walk over to that area, but that's what is described in the description of this. So.
There were porta potties everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
All the porta potties had basically 2 hand pump sort of water things.
Yeah, the ones that you like pump on the ground and then water
with soap. The porta potties too were very clean.
Fairly clean, yeah.
Like they, I sorry, when I say very clean,
compared to other festivals.
Yes, we have Riot Fest coming up here real soon.
Yeah,
that's here in Chicago. Chicago, a major fucking city.
Yeah,
in a park in the middle of the major fucking city, and those porta potties are fucking horrendous. By the end of it, they're overflowing. It is disgusting. And they kind of make a joke about it at Riot Fest. They're like, adopt a porta potty because our porta potties suck. Why? Why do they suck? This is in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
Yeah, in the mountains.
And they are crystal clean. They're not crystal clean, but compared to Riot Fest.
There was a couple times though that I would use one and nobody had used it.
Right.
Like it was clean.
The trucks are coming around. They're cleaning this out all the time. It's like, how the fuck can Riot Fest not clean their porta potties out yet? This place in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
Riot Fest has like 100 of them.
Right.
And here there was maybe like 10, 5, and 8.
Something like that.
Yeah. It wasn't very many.
No. So it's like, what in the fuck is going on, Riot Fest?
Yeah.
Any case, so they were clean.
Yeah. It was not a hole in the not hole in the wall, hole in the floor, hole in the ground.
But that's what I anticipated. But again, no shower house, so the lake became our shower. And by we weren't using shampoo or anything. You're not allowed to.
No. Not a real shower. It was more get the dust off of you from the day before.
Go sort of just, if you wanted to, you can dip down. You can put your whole head in the water if you wanted. I sat down and I got up to my shoulders. Yeah. Because that water was fucking freezing.
I would just, because it's coming from the mountains, so it's glacier water. I would just kneel down and then get right back up.
It was so cold. Yeah. But once you got in and I did my breaths and whatnot, and after a minute of doing that, it was very pleasant.
Yeah. Sunday was a little bit worse because it was chilly on Sunday.
But same thing, once you get in.
Yeah, I know. I know. I never got down.
Mellow out.
I didn't ever get down. Sit down because I was worried that there was nothing to get me up. So.
I would have helped.
You would have?
Yeah, I would have.
And we would both fell into the water.
Maybe. But no, that was our bath.
That was the start of our day. And then by that time, they had panels or they called them workshops, but basically people speaking. There's 2 locations out by the lake. One was called Bear Woman and one was called...
You looked this up earlier.
I did.
So we did 666s on these panels.
Yes.
We did one on the all women panel around like prefacing metal music or putting labels on metal music. Maybe we'll call that episode labeling metal music.
Yeah.
We just recorded that before recording this, and so I have edited and put that up, so I don't know when those are going up. And then we did another episode on just all the other panels we went to.
Yeah, the other one's called White Eagle.
White Eagle.
So Bear Woman and White Eagle. So they were just sections in the by the lake where there was some trees, but like a little round out section
along the trail.
So they would have like a little platform, I'll say, set up, and then microphones and stuff for people to speak.
And some of them you can hear excellent from the lake.
Yeah. Yeah. So generally, while we're bathing or in the lake, we would I don't know how to say bathing.
Basically bathing.
We would listen to whatever panel was happening. So one of them was the high school metal music symposium course. Some kids from that were talking. One was...
The next day, those same kids, I think it was, talked about the music video they did with Neurosis.
Yep. And then the Sunday was the storytelling.
No, Sunday was the missing and indigenous people.
Oh, right.
Missing and murdered indigenous people, MMIP.
Yes. Yeah, so those are the 3 that we watched while we were bathing or getting the dust off of us from the day before. And then after that, we would go do the barbecue. Yep. Or we would go back and change and then do the barbecue. Yeah. And then by that time, it was generally time for the music to start. Yeah.
Which all started around 3 p.m.
3 p.m., yeah.
Roughly.
2 p.m.?
No, 3 p.m. So... On this day, Raven Chuck-on, I think I'm saying that right, if I'm not, I'm sorry, and Igor Cavalera were supposed to play on Friday, but apparently their airplane caught on fire on the runway, and they couldn't leave, so they ended up playing at 2 p.m. on Saturday.
Otherwise, it was
3.
3:00 that day.
Yes.
And before every day, they did a tribal dedication to the day.
Yes.
Or like a little, where like the first day I know, I think Fire Alliance or the Fire Alliance.
I can't remember.
Either the Fire in the Mountains people or the Fire Alliance people gave the heart of the buffalo to the tribe members or whatever. Because I guess that's like a.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, so it was the
buffalo. Because you stayed at the camp this day, right? On the first day, on Friday? Because you stayed at the camp because you wanted to rest because you got up early. And I went. No, you left the cookout and I went down to see the music and we missed that bit because I walked into the first band, which was, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm sorry. Yotel Mictlan.
I don't know how to say that.
I went down there to check them out because the intro sounded awesome. They were starting to play their first song.
Yeah.
All of a sudden when I'm watching this, you're supposed to be at the tent sleeping. I get a tap on my shoulder and I turn around and it's you. And I'm like,
forgot.
Hey.
Yeah.
And you're like, come back here. And it's like, all right, I guess you wanted to check this out. And then you say something and I'm like, you need to come back to the tent with me and blah, blah, blah. I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, I didn't know.
So then as we're walking up, I'm like, hey, so what's wrong with the tent? And you're like, the wind has destroyed our canopy. And that's the other thing we haven't mentioned. The wind.
Yes.
Thursday night was bad. It just got worse and worse and worse until Sunday morning.
Because Thursday night, I remember in the middle of the night, like I even got out of the tent because it sounded like the canopy was going to fall over. Like it was. Yeah. Like I was scared it was going to fall onto the tent.
Yeah.
Or onto somebody else's tent. We should have taken it down.
So actually, I think you're getting this confused a little bit because I think I woke up that first night. I was like, oh, well, it's really windy. The canopy made it through the night. Next day, it got torn apart. The next night is when the wind was really bad and the tent kept hitting you.
Oh.
And that's when you got up to look because we didn't have the canopy at that time.
Oh, no, I only unzipped the tent on Thursday night to make sure it was still standing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get back to the tent and our canopy is thrown on the ground. The legs are bent and torn to shit.
Like ripped up. Or like, I mean, it was kind of a cheaply made canopy, but they just snapped.
We spent like $30 or something on it.
I think it was $80.
Was it really that much?
Yeah, but I mean, it was cheaply made. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. My biggest fear was if it got flown into a car.
Yeah.
I didn't want that to happen, like break a window. And like, fuck, I don't want to have to pay for that. Nor do I want to hurt somebody's car, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, how are they going to get home?
Right. So that was fucked. We got it scrunched back up. We threw it back in the car after we got it packed up and we threw it away when we got home. But I didn't want to leave it there. But I think they were driving around picking shit up because a lot of people got their shit picked up. Our neighbor from Maine, Max, he was telling us there was like a typhoon or something that went through and literally picked up like 5 or 6 tents and flew them like 60 feet in the air and threw them back on the ground. And talked to so many people who were like, my tent got destroyed. I'm sleeping in the car.
Yep.
And that's on fucking Friday.
Yes. Friday morning. Yeah.
Right.
Or Friday during the day. Yeah.
Yeah. So I missed all of that band. I ended up going back down for El Welk. I'm saying that wrong. They were fucking awesome. They were like a black country metal, not alternative country, dark country band.
I think that's when I walked through because I couldn't nap or sleep in the tent. It was way too hot. So I took the blanket and laid by the lake.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I listened to Wayfarer.
Yeah, and you listened to Wayfarer there, checked them out. Next was supposed to be Raven and Igor. They weren't there. After that was Baroness. We listened to like 3 songs. And
I was feeling absolutely wonderful. I was not sick.
Exactly.
It's the joke. Well, it's a joke because we've had tickets twice for Baroness and I haven't felt well both nights and Brian's went by himself.
So 2 or 3 songs into Baroness, I'm like, I've seen their sets before. This is going to be a special set, but whatever. I want to go get food because I want to be here for the rest of the night. Let's go get pizza real quick. That's going to be quick. As I alluded to earlier, it wasn't. Mm-mm. So we missed the rest of Baroness and all but like the last 2 songs of Midwife, which was next. I was not a fan of Midwife.
Yeah, Midwife was interesting. It was she just had a guitar and then she sang very softly, like in a very melodic, like hum type tone. Some
backing track as well. Yeah. She had she's a solo artist, so she had. I'm assuming she played guitar for like the main riff, and then she was just humming along a little bit. The microphone had like that reverb or that sort of echo on it as well. So when she would talk to the crowd in between songs, you'd get that echo.
Yeah.
I said I didn't like her set. I really, really enjoyed her music, and I really enjoyed her music for that setting. I thought that was fucking awesome. And I could really see myself just sitting down when I wanted to chill out and whatnot and just have a mellow day. This is something I could listen to and really enjoy. I think I was just pissy with having to miss Baroness and having to wait so long for such a shitty pizza that I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. I want to be kicked in the face with fucking hard riffs. And I'm showing up to this, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because even when we sat up there, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, because we said that, because it's a small area, so you can hear. And like I was saying, like I was by the lake during Wayfarer and you could hear it perfectly. I mean, you can't see the stage because of the trees, but you can hear it perfectly. And with Midwife playing, we were like sitting there eating. And I'm like, oh, I thought a band was supposed to be playing. Like maybe it hasn't started yet, or there's another delay or something. And we show up and it's like, nope, she's playing. It's just
we're walking down the hill past security to get down like into the bowl, and we're still like, I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
And you see people standing there, and you walk over like, oh nope, she's playing.
Yeah, just very quietly.
So I enjoy her music. I was not in the mood for it that day.
Yeah.
After that, we have Agalock. Agalock, sorry. Agalock. My dyslexia kicked in again, and I know that name. I should not have fucked that up.
We've seen Agalock before at Decibel.
And they were at Milwaukee Metal Fest this year. We didn't see any of their sets.
We didn't, no.
I wish we would have.
Sets.
They were
like the 1:00 sets. I did not care for Agalock when we saw them at Decibel. But when we hear, I was like, this is the environment to listen to this, not at Decibel, in my opinion.
In all honesty, this is the type of music I thought we were going to get for everything for Fire of the Mountain. This sort of doomy sort of sound. I don't know if they're doom or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know what they're actually genreized as.
But their sound is what I expected for every set.
Yeah, agreed.
And it wasn't what we got. All in all, looking at all these sets and looking at the bands that played, I thought it was a really, really well curated band.
Agreed.
Like sets, like bill. Like it just worked. Everything worked together and it was amazing. All of it worked so fucking good.
Yeah, especially
no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, especially with the next one with Amigo the Devil playing.
Yes.
And then 16 Horsepower.
Right.
Like they went really well together because it's like Amigo the Devil's kind of like that. What do you call it? Dark country?
Dark country, yeah.
I don't know if I would call it country, but it's in that.
I think it's like
that vibe.
Murder country. Also, somebody calls it because he sings a lot about murdering people and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I get the twangy, like the old school country.
And you get banjo and stuff like that. Yeah,
the old school country.
And then 16 Horsepower was very country rock.
So, what do you think of 16 Horsepower?
I liked it for the first couple songs, but then after that, it was just repetitive.
So I've been waiting to tell you this.
Okay.
When I was getting my pizza, I talked to a guy who is not a metalhead.
Okay.
But he was there for this day only for 16 Horsepower. Okay. He's like, when they were announced, my wife does like a reunion thing with her old friends and whatnot at the house. I can't remember where he said he was. He might be in Seattle or something. I can't remember. And he's like, and it's this weekend, so one of my favorite bands, 16 Horsepower, is getting back together. So like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. This is while he's waiting for his pizza and I'm waiting for my pizza. Right, we're talking. He's like, yeah, I'm not a metalhead, but like this festival is awesome. And I'm like, they're not all like this, bud. Like and I heard that throughout the weekend. People would say like, this is my first metal show, and the instant response would be like, you picked a good one, because they're not all like this. Anywho,
it was very mellow for a metal show.
Anywho, he was asking me, like, we were talking whatnot, and it's like, yeah, I don't really know 16 Horsepower. They're like a dark country or something, right? He's like, yeah, I guess they're definitely like a religious aspect to them, an undertone to it. How would I just? They're basically like a country version of Nick Cave, and I was like, oh, all right. We saw him last year. He's like, oh, with the gospel, we were talking about that and whatnot. And when they started playing. Sure enough, it's a country version of Nick Cave.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really fucking enjoy this. This is good. Do you hear that now a little bit?
I do, yeah. Yeah. It, like I said, it just got really repetitive after the first couple songs. Granted, I only made it to what, like 11?
You bounced early, yeah.
I was falling asleep.
Again, you got up super early.
I did like at 5:30 or 6:30 or something. Camp. Yeah. So I was sitting there like listening to it, but because we took our chairs, right? Or we had a blanket.
We did take our chairs this time.
Yeah. So I know we have a whole podcast on how we hated Upheaval because of the lawn chairs.
Yeah.
This vibe, I think, is better how the lawn chairs were handled.
It's interesting because I thought the same thing during this festival as well. I was like, we hate lawn chairs at festivals.
Rockfest we hated with the lawn chairs.
But it's kind of nice to just sit back and listen to music in a lawn chair. It's not the same vibe by any means. That's what I thought. I was like, we're old, first of all. Second off, unlike Rockfest, this was more upheaval-ish in terms of there was a clear, defined, undefined barrier for like people in the lawn chairs knew where to set up. They gave room for the people on the floor to go have their fun, but set their lawn chairs up where people could.
Yeah, where Rockfest is like, it's all lawn chairs.
There's no floor. Yeah. Because all the floor is that pit that you have to buy into.
And the GA is back on the hill, or like back behind all the lawn chairs.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah. But, so we did take our lawn chairs. And I was just doing the whole nodding thing. Like I was falling asleep and nodding. So I was like, I'm just going to go back to the camp. I know where you are. You're not going to fall off of boats. So I can...
We also thought Amigo de Devil was supposed to play after the set at midnight because according to the app, it was the 25th at 12:15 a.m.
Which would be Saturday morning after 16 horsepower.
Turns out it was actually the 26th. And like, so when we were watching 16 horsepower, they had this fake fire pit type thing.
It was like a propane fire pit.
It looks like they had a hitch on it, so they drag it behind a car, and it's like this weird sculpture thing with like these metal rods that I'm assuming have like holes drilled in them to let the propane out. Yeah. And they'd light that, and it looked like it was a bonfire or campfire. So they had that going all through 16 horsepower, and that's where we sat. A lot of people were hanging out waiting for Amigo the Devil because they were all confused as well. Turns out it was the next night. So just, again, communication there wasn't the greatest. Yeah.
Well, and also the date. Like, I think I understand where they're coming from with the date, but they had it wrong.
Right.
Because at 12 o'clock, it's now the next day.
Because even on the big billboard, they had not just the app, but the big billboard. They have it on Saturday.
At the bottom.
At the 12:15. Yeah. And it's like, what they should have done is just said immediately following Neurosis. Yeah. At the fire pit. Like, something like that where it's like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Or following Neurosis, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't put the time on there for that one set. Yeah. So a bunch of us were hanging out there. Some people bounced. I didn't stick around too long. Some people were making s'mores.
You said that, yeah.
And they brought s'more stuff. They ate the s'mores they wanted. And then s'mores here. I got s'mores here. Who wants a s'more? Get it while you can. S'more here.
So funny because we have stuff for s'mores. We could have taken stuff.
And people are like, oh my God, I want a s'more. And they'd come running over. And they even did Reese's Cup s'mores.
Oh, I like those.
I've never tried one. I don't want one, but
those are good. But then I like, what are those cookies that our friends told us about? The fudge stripe cookies. Oh, that as a s'more, like
graham cracker
with the graham, because I don't really care for graham cracker, but with that as the s'more outside and then you put the marshmallow in the middle. Oh, it's so good. This is not a s'mores podcast.
No. So anyway, that was Friday. Moving on to Saturday.
And was it Friday night into Saturday that the tent almost collapsed?
That's when it got very, very windy. Yes. Wait.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it? Saturday, yeah. Or Saturday into Sunday?
Whatever. I can't remember. It might have been Saturday into Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, Saturday into Sunday. Our wind experience on Friday was the canopy getting torn down.
Yes. And then Saturday. Yes. You're right. You're right. And then Saturday, the wind just got crazy.
Saturday, our normal morning routine, as we talked about with the panels and the bathing and the lunch and whatnot. Yep. Band-wise, we have Savage Oath, followed by Nocturne. This was the band members from this were from a tribe in New Mexico, I believe it was.
Yes, you're right. Yep.
3 young ladies who came up and did that black metal. I loved the sort of, after the first song, they did this sort of, not ceremony thing, but they're like, we have a gift from our tribe to the Blackfeet tribe for having us. This is like a jar. It's full of water because water gives life. So it's like, it's a thing that's important to their tribe that they're now sharing with this tribe. I thought that was fucking awesome. Yeah. And they threw that out into the crowd. And before they threw it out, they're like, I'm going to throw this in the crowd now. If it hits the ground, that's awesome. It will shatter, and that means water will come. The rains will come and bring us life. If you catch it and it doesn't break, take those good blessings home with you.
Yeah, I liked that message a lot.
It was so fucking awesome. And they were great. They were fucking awesome.
They were really fun. Yeah.
After them, we got the ruins of Everest.
I think so.
Following that, we have
Tarantella.
Then Yob. Yob was a great set as well. Another band that we saw at Decibel.
Yeah.
Then we have Galabrade. They were fucking awesome.
They were fun.
They were so good. After that, we have Enslaved. They debuted a new song for the first time live. Do you remember who sung that?
One of the native people came out and sang.
I added these to our Spotify playlist already, and this song is actually on Spotify.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool.
With Kevin Kicking Woman is his name.
Yes, yeah, Kevin Kicking Woman. Yeah. He did another speaking part at the festival. I can't remember what he spoke about, but...
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I remember him.
I remember his name coming up a couple times. It was Spirit Helper was the name of that song.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I loved the native voice or like the native singing in it.
Yes.
I think it went really well with the music.
And with their music, it was so fucking good.
It was so good.
I was not anticipating that. It was such a good fucking song, and it fit the vibe. It was so good.
Yeah.
Enslaved set as a whole was really good.
Yeah.
I feel like we saw them at Milwaukee Metal Fest a couple years ago.
We've seen them before too.
This set was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was so good. After that, though, we have Full of Hell.
Yes.
You liked them, didn't you?
I did. You knew it.
Yeah.
It's the one band that had like breakdown, like they're kind of like hardcore breakdowns.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I mean, I think they're more hardcore than like a deathcore type thing, but it's definitely more my vibe.
Yeah.
The whole weekend was kind of like very mellow and like droney and all that stuff, and they're like, we're gonna fucking kick your face.
This
in.
was the hardest, for sure, that we've seen so far of the festival.
Yeah.
Following that, a band it seemed like most everybody wanted to see, Neurosis.
Yes. People went just to see Neurosis, and I'd heard that they hadn't played for a long time. So I was expecting like 20 years, 15 years, something like that.
It's like 6 years, 7 years,
Yeah,
2019.
7 years. 7 years that they haven't played. And I'm like, that's not that long.
To be fair, if that's one of your favorite bands.
I know, true.
Like,
and they may have announced in 2019, like, we're retiring, like, we're not going to do anything. And then for them to come back to do this festival, like, that could be kind of what the vibe was or whatever. So
now if you listen to our podcast before, you know this about us, that we just go to shows.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
If you tell us it's metal, cool, we'll be there. If you tell us it's just music, we'll possibly be there. We just like going to see live music. So when a festival, for instance, gets announced, we don't give a fuck who's playing.
We bought tickets to this festival before they announced anybody.
Right. We just want to go for the experience. Yeah. With that said, looking at the lineup, we knew Baroness. There's one.
I've heard of Wayfarer.
Agalloch. Agalloch. We've seen them. Amigo the Devil. 3. Who else here? Yob 4. Enslaved 5.
I knew a Full of Hell.
Looking at the next day, Phobophilic.
They were at
6.
Decibel, right?
Yep. Dreadnought 7.
Yep.
We knew 7 of these bands, and that's it. And that was like, cool. That's all we want to do. Like, we don't care about everyone else. So Neurosis and hearing people like, oh my God, they're going to be so awesome. And I felt weird because people were into all of the bands. And they knew all the bands.
Or people would be like, who are you here to see?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know.
But like, I don't know. I wasn't excited to see Neurosis as everyone else was. Yeah. However, after their set, I fucking loved their set. They were so fucking good.
It was good.
Holy shit, Neurosis was so good. And again, I hadn't even heard of nearly all of these bands. Neurosis was so fucking awesome. After that, and I think they played, like, I was, again, adding all this stuff into our set list playlist on Spotify earlier today. Half their songs they played for the first time live ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, a lot of their songs were
that's amazing.
Live for the first time.
That's amazing.
So cool. Any case, after Neurosis, awesome set as well. We have the special sort of live set from Amigo the Devil at the campfire.
Yeah.
Now, there were 2 areas for bonfires.
Yes.
They had wood and fire extinguishers set up at one.
Like a big bonfire. Like it was a big fire pit that was dug out and everything.
And the first day they didn't have the wood, but they had the fire extinguishers, and they added the wood later. And
during the day, the fire person who was doing the the setting of the fire, or like the fake fire,
yeah.
Or the other one that he was tending
with his,
to it,
like his walking his fire stick.
Yeah,
he was a little annoying to me, but
whatever.
Yeah.
But he was breaking down timber.
Yes.
By the VIP tent, and I thought that was to make the fire,
right,
or like to make the wood.
So we got spots close to that as we could because we wanted to have a good spot for that set.
Yeah.
Now, again, we've alluded to the wind being very, very fucking hard and harsh.
And everywhere in that area was like high fire issue or whatever, or like what do they call that? Like fire probability.
Yeah, like no, don't burn stuff.
Yeah, like
burn bans.
it was
and whatnot.
dry.
Yeah,
very dry. Yeah.
So it made sense to us that they wouldn't have an actual fire.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you set everything up like you're going to have a fire.
Mm-hmm.
You've never made an announcement that it's not going to be there. If you look on the map, that's where the fire pit is.
Yeah.
So we're there. A bunch of people are there waiting for it to start. Then you hear them start like checking the mic and the speaker and whatnot. It's like, oh yeah, I'm good. It was at the other fake fire.
Yeah.
And so we rush over there real quick.
It's full.
So many fucking people. Everybody's standing around, so you can't really see anything. And it's like, fuck it, whatever. He did mostly new songs. There's one song he played from the night before. I think My Body's a Dive Bar. I think that was the one he did both nights.
Yeah.
Because that's the part that has like the crowd sings along at the end.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Any case.
I didn't know if it was going to be him acoustic playing, or if he was going to do storytelling. Because for some reason I thought I saw storytelling.
Well, the night before he's like, if you don't know Amigo the Devil, he does a song and then like a story and a song and a story.
He's the Kevin Smith of music, in my opinion.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Yes, he is the Kevin Smith of music.
Sometimes in the middle of the song, he'll go off onto a story.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very, very much the Kevin Smith of music.
Yeah.
But the night before, he's like, well, if you thought those are all the stories I have, come to the campfire tomorrow because I got a lot more stories. Maybe that's where I got the whole
story thing from. Okay, but this set around the campfire was more like when we saw him in Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yes.
Where it's acoustic and he would play a song and then tell a story and play a song and tell a story, and I liked that. When we saw him recently at the Salt Shed, with the Dead South, it was more like his band or a band and him playing, and it wasn't that was his normal set.
The night before set he did. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I liked this type of set with like the acoustic and the storytelling better than the put together set.
This is another highlight for me, this set. Not only for this festival, but even looking forward to like our year in review. This is going to be a highlight on that list, I think, for me, because that setting around the campfire and all the people sitting around, just the aesthetics of that, and him singing and the style of music he's doing, it was so fucking awesome. It was such a special moment, and you could tell the passion and like the pure joy he had, because he's like, we got to leave tomorrow. We're leaving right here to go to a plane to go to Florida.
No, Southern California, I thought.
No, it was Florida.
Oh, I thought it was Southern California.
No, I think it's like... Anyway, he's leaving to go to do another show.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here and go swimming. Because he was
there the whole weekend.
Yeah,
he was there the whole weekend and just kind of hanging out and stuff. He did like a rafting thing and like a whole bunch of stuff.
So that was the story for the murder in the bingo hall.
Yeah.
Switch off was like him in going out swimming in the water. Like, I'm going to jump in the water. Because he talked about people who had this makeshift raft that they blew up.
Oh,
and we saw them blowing that up. So I was like, that actually sounds like that's a real thing that happened.
Yeah. And also, by this point, all day Saturday, well, Friday it's kind of started, but all day Saturday, like the wind would literally bring like cyclones of dust and like blow it in your face and stuff. So it picked up during one of the songs. And so he like changed the lyrics into like, I have wind or dust in my face.
He was getting ready to play a song. And before he played the song,
is that when it happened?
He just made up a new song about the wind and the dust.
Yeah. So it'd be funny if that turns into a song.
I recorded all of that, so that was awesome.
Yeah, but we didn't really touch on that. But like all day, the sun was just so powerful and like baking your skin. Yeah. And then the wind would like just throw all this dust in your face.
And the bowl where the concerts is so fucking dry.
Yeah.
There's not grass, it's dirt.
Yeah,
and
it's like a mountainside.
Fucking rocks.
Yes.
Massive fucking rocks all over the place. And so when people are doing the pit, you just see a wall of fucking dust go in the air.
On Thursday, which was the opening, like with the local bands and stuff, I think the pit started during the high school bands. Is that when it started?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and like I had to stand off to the side because I'm like, I can't do all this dust. And so then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, I like kind of just stayed back a little bit because I can't be up in that. I mean, you were even coughing. You haven't coughed very much during this episode, so there's probably not that many cuts, but all the way home, you were just coughing. So.
I definitely had the crud in my lungs.
Yeah.
I was coughing so
everybody
bad.
was kind of, well, people were wearing bandanas.
I should have. I brought bandanas. I should have.
Yeah. I even mentioned bringing, because I have some like COVID masks or what, like the sick masks or whatever. I should have brought some of those down, but everybody was just joking about it. Like, oh, we're all going to go home and have the dust crud.
Last thing I want to say about Amigo the Devil's set here is you can definitely tell how moved and how touched he was by the festival as a whole.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And like the meeting, we haven't really touched on this episode. We did on the 666, we're going to post at some point, but the Firekeeper Alliance about like this festival is not only done with Fire in the Mountains, but it's done with the local, Blackfeet tribe of trying to reduce suicide and substance abuse. Yep. Which is why it's, I think, a dry festival is like show people like you can have fun without being drunk or doing drugs.
And the bands were saying that all weekend, like they'd be like, oh, we were hanging out with people all day, like having the time of my life, and we weren't drinking all day or we weren't doing whatever. And so like they normally do.
It's really trying to address serious issues within the tribal community that where this is hosted. Like this is Blackfeet country land, and they let us come here to do this. And it's fucking awesome. It's sacred land to them. Like, and the tribe opened not only up their land, but their culture, their heritage to us to like share this experience. And the bands, as you said, like picked up on it. And Amigo the Devil picked up on it. And there's one song where he's talking about doing cocaine, I think it is, and dying from fentanyl. And he's like, I didn't want to sing this song. I wasn't going to sing the song here until I talked to somebody who had a friend that this happened to them. And he's like, it moved me so much. I'm not going to call them out. I'm not going to say who they are, but it's so impactful that I want to sing this song in honor of that person, in honor of what's going on, basically. And like just hearing him speak and like the passion he had was fucking phenomenal. So this set, like I said, is going to be at the top of the list for me for sure.
For the shows for the year.
Yeah. All right, moving on to happier shit, I guess. We have Saturday. Or Sunday, sorry. Sunday.
Sunday was cold.
It was the final day it got cold. Yeah. And by cold, it was like 76.
Yeah. But our bath was cold.
The water was freezing.
Yeah. The water was freezing, and then there was like a breeze. So like there was like waves and stuff too. And
as we mentioned earlier, also, this was the best barbecue day.
It was. Yep. So after our bath, we went and finished listening to, we tried to stand in the sun, but the sun moved. Well, not the sun moved, but the earth moved, blah, blah, blah. But we listened to the Murdered and Missing Indigenous People
panel.
And then that panel. And then we went and had the barbecue. Or went and changed and had the barbecue. Oh, and we walked through the market finally.
We did go through the market finally. Yep.
Got some jam. That's
all about. You got jam, yeah. I talked to a woman at one of the booths. I did like the not the mystery ball, like the mystic ball type thing. Yeah. Told her we're from Chicago. She's like, I have a friend from Chicago. I'm not going to tell her name because I'm not going to call her out. But she likes ketchup on her hot dog. And I was like, I do too.
We do too.
You just got to do that in your home.
Yes.
Way like the secretive, like taboo thing. In any case, music-wise, Phobophilic was the first band. We mentioned earlier, we saw them at Decibel. I don't know if we mentioned them, but that's where we saw them. Yeah. Great set there. Galvanist was the next band there. Summerlands.
I don't remember Summerlands.
Nope, not so much either.
Yeah.
Dreadnought. I remember we were in the VIP tent for this. I was on my way to the bathroom when they were playing. And I was like, on the way to the bathroom, like, fuck, these guys are really, really good. I need to look them up. Got into the bathroom and instantly
got into the porta potty?
Yeah. Locked the door and I was like, wait, this is Dreadnought. I've known them. They were on Decibel also. They were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And they were.
So during Summerlands and Dreadnought, we was helping out the people from Chicago and Maryland, holding their merch for them so that they could go down for Sub Rosa. So I was kind of confined to the tent.
To be fair, though, that's where you're going to probably be most of the time anyway.
I probably would have, honestly, ventured out for a little bit, especially of Dreadnought, or, like just went out and saw it a little bit and then came back in. But I was fine. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, like, I was under the tent the whole time.
So then after Dreadnought is Sub Rosa, as you mentioned.
Yeah. Sabrosa was another band that got together. We rejoined.
Came back for this, yeah.
Sounds like they're going to do more stuff. But
I really liked them.
Yeah.
The people we met that you were talking about, gave me the info on the free drinks, basically.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we met them. They wanted to see this band a lot. Afterwards, they came over to us and they're like, thank you so much for watching our shit.
They wanted to buy us dinner and shit, and I'm like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, because they wanted to get real. And they're like, that's a big deal for us to be able to do that. So somehow, for some reason, this band has a huge emotional connection for these two guys, which is awesome to see, right? And a lot of people were there for this as well. Like a lot of the bands, people had like a strong emotional connection to the bands, and they wanted to see them. So it was awesome for us to like, we'll watch your shit. We're not going anywhere. Go do what you wanted. Somebody also proposed during this set.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
I really liked Sabrosa.
I figured you would.
This is very much along the lines of Dreadnought and the Keening.
Yeah. So Rebecca for Sabrosa is Rebecca from the Keening.
So was she volunteering for that band, or she actually in that band? Okay.
Yeah, like a founder of the band. So yeah. But that makes sense why you like Sabrosa, because it's the Keening.
It's very melodic and very much like, if you just want to, again, with the Keening in my mind is fall days when it's gloomy and doomy out. Like I just want to put this on and just sort of like
I liked the composition of the songs with the violin and the flute.
Yep.
I thought that those went really, really well together. An hour of it, a little bit much for me, but I did enjoy it.
I loved it. It was so fucking good.
I know. This day, it was either power metal or it felt
doomy, very power metal-y. Yeah, it really did.
So there wasn't much that I was like, oh my God, that was amazing, in my opinion, but it was all a good day.
Old Man Gloom was next. We missed that because we went to get food and change so we can have like warm clothes on.
I had to go put, because I had shorts on, so I had to put like leggings
That's
on.
the thing with this festival being where it is. The days are hot as hot. The nights are cold as cold. Yeah. Like there's a point in time where you're either going to suffer through the night and be chilly, or you're going to run back to your tent to grab your sweater or your coat or something.
Yeah. And you wore jeans all day that day.
This day I did.
Yeah.
But this is the set we decided to go do that. Yeah. Was Old Man Gloom, which sucks because you could hear, you couldn't hear crystal clear throughout the entire thing, but you could hear it back at the campsite. You could hear it at the food trucks. They sounded fucking awesome from what I heard. I wish we would have stayed down for that.
Yeah.
After that, though, we have Berknagar, which is, we made it down there for that.
Yeah.
Our neighbors from Maine, this was the band they came to see.
Yeah, they were on rail. I mean, they stood on rail since Sabrosa got over to be up there for them. So I enjoyed a lot of Berknagar.
Yeah, me too.
Kind of power metal-y, but kind of like Norse-y. I don't know how to explain it.
It's honestly, it's all starting to meld in my head. Like we're recording this, it's Thursday. We just got home yesterday.
Yeah.
So it was a 3-day drive home we didn't talk about the drive home, but it was a 3-day drive home.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
We talked about the drive out there, but not home. But yeah, it's a 3-day drive home. So like it's starting to all meld in my head. All I do remember about Sunday in particular is it did feel very power metal-y to me. Yeah. So I don't know if this was one of the ones that felt power metal.
There was a vocal with Berknagar that I really enjoyed. It's like that vocal sound that I like. Okay. But it wasn't in every single song. Okay. So,
we went and sat down over there, didn't we?
Yeah. We went and sat on the blanket. Yeah. We didn't take our chairs on Sunday. We actually packed them up.
Right.
That way, Monday morning it was like tear down the tent. We're out, sort of thing.
Yeah, that was our plan. Is to Sunday tear as much down as possible. Yeah. Even if we had our canopy at that point, that would have been torn down.
Tore that down. Yeah.
It seemed like almost everybody had that same thought because everybody's tearing their shit down.
Yeah. On Sunday, a lot of people were like getting their cars ready, and I'm like, are they leaving? Or are they not leaving? Yeah.
Which some people did because the night before was the really, really windy night.
Yeah.
Our neighbors on the other side of us, like we had Maine on one side and our other neighbors, their tent like collapsed. I think they tore it down.
Yeah, it didn't collapse. So it was a tall tent, and I talked to him in the morning, and it didn't collapse. They actually took it down in the middle of the night, and then they slept in their car.
Yep.
Because it was so windy that they couldn't sleep. Like, I mean, we saw it. It was moving all over the place, and the tarp was coming up and everything. So they just took it down and slept in their car, and then they left on Sunday morning.
Yeah, I was in the tent when you were talking to them about that, and I think I got up to like brush my teeth or something. And as I walked by, they were talking amongst themselves, like, we can do whatever you want. If you want to leave now or if you want to stay, like, it's completely up to you. I'm fine with either option.
I'm sure they didn't get much sleep.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's either we sleep in the car one more night or we just pack them and go.
But they did eventually bounce as well. And I think some people did do that, which, again, incarceration, same thing. The rain did it in for some people. They're like, I'm out. I'm tapping out. I can't do this. We lucked out during ink to like have a decently dry spot. But other people, like, it was a swamp for them. Same thing here. The wind did a lot for some people.
And I guess just having a short tent, our tent survived. I don't know. So.
All right, I don't know where we're at, but Psy is next. I think we went to the tent to change, blah blah blah, whatever. Psy was next. Japanese band. So fucking awesome.
They were fun.
They were so much. I want to see them at their own show. Because it was like the theatrics that they bring to it with sort of the traditional clothing of Japanese, like samurais and whatnot. They had samurai swords that they'd light on fire. There were two little girls on stage, one playing trumpet and one playing like the bongo type things.
Like
but
the drum.
They're not bongos; they're like Japanese drums, which is kind of funny because I think they were children of the band members.
Oh, okay.
Because there's one part where they tap the girl on playing the drums, like go up front, and she like threw the horns up to the crowd, and the crowd cheered, and she put her hand down, and then the parent was like, go put the hand back up, and she put the hand up again, and the whole crowd cheered again, and then for the rest of the song, she just stood there with her hand up like this. And it was cute. It was so fun to watch them. They were so great. I want to see them now at their own show.
I never heard of them, and it was amazing to see them.
Same. After that, I thought the band was Between Two Worlds.
I did too.
That's the album. The band is just which is a super group. I don't know anything about this. I loved their set. I loved their songs. They were fucking awesome. They're listed as like Norwegian black metal.
Oh, really?
But I get power metal.
I get power metal as well.
They sounded so much like power metal.
Yeah.
They played, and I only know this because I put the songs on the set list again. I've mentioned that like 18 times, but I did that today. They played everything off that one album, which is 8 tracks. They played 10 tracks total, according to Setlist FM. Now, when they got done, they ended before their time was supposed to be over. And the crowd was chanting, one more song, one more song. And the people behind me or near me were like, oh, no, that makes sense. They have one album. They played one album, and they're done.
Yeah.
But they played apparently 2 more songs that weren't on that album.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like because their super group is from one of the bands or whatnot.
Maybe just to fill the time a little bit, because otherwise it's like 35 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
But I like their set a lot. I will say the banter in between songs, I did not. His accent was so thick and so muddled and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it was an audio issue because we haven't touched on this. This was hands down, by far, easily the greatest sounding concert outside of maybe the Sphere I have ever been to.
Yes.
This sounded fucking phenomenal.
Right. Every single band sounded great. And I heard so many people say, like, it sounds amazing.
And we didn't touch on this either, that when we were down at the panels bathing, they were doing sound check. Mm-hmm. And you could hear the sound check down there. And I heard one person in the water being like, this sounds better than the album. And I think somebody was saying, like, it's the acoustics bouncing off the trees or bouncing off the mountains. Like, the acoustics here are just phenomenal. But like even down by the water, and you listened to, I think, Wayfarer down there.
Yes, yep. I laid it down by the lake.
I wanted to go and check out a set by the lake as well, but I never did. I should have.
We should have. They do shut down the lake at 8:00, and I did see that they have people standing there.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know about the other side.
There's a backtrack you can take, which I don't know. We'll talk on that here real soon. But great fucking set.
Yeah.
Great set.
A great way to end. Well, great way to end for music.
Yes. Because there was an ending. Yeah. Why don't you talk on that?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like the representative of Blackfeet or like how he's part of it, but him and his wife came out to give a thanks to everybody that came. And I just loved their like emotion, their faces, their emotion. They were just so happy. And like, I think he had like a speech wrote out on his phone because he was holding it
is that
at
what was
first.
going on? Okay.
But then I think he just spoke from his heart.
Yeah.
Like, it just said, you know, like, thank you, like, for coming out, for respecting the land. Because that's the other thing we didn't talk about. This is the cleanest festival I've ever seen. But we'll talk on that.
Yeah.
But just respecting the land, respecting the Blackfeet Nation, you know, just the gratefulness that they have. They want to see it grow, which I think it will by everything that I saw.
Well, even when we checked in, we didn't talk on this, but when you're checking in or going into the festival, it's kind of a long wait. We got there Wednesday. It wasn't that long for us. I think maybe an hour. You were saying like 30 minutes.
I didn't think it was that long.
But we get up and one of the guys who stops us is like, "Hey, I'm Camp Daddy. I'm one of the founders."
It was kind of awkward. He like leans on my window and he's like, "Hi." I'm like, "Hi."
Well, also having the name Camp Daddy.
He's like, "Is this your first time?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." He's like, "Well, I'm Camp Daddy."
Yeah, and that's like, I don't call a grown man daddy. So like, all right, we'll drink your Kool-Aid for a little bit here. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Camp Daddy. But no, he was one of the founders. And what was I going with?
I think the bridge.
No. I don't remember. Just, it was a long wait. It became longer. It was like a 2-hour wait the next day to get in.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
There was a point to the story, and I can't remember.
How everybody was talking or how everybody was.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, okay. Doesn't matter. I guess I'll think of it tomorrow.
Okay. But I mean, I guess we could go into that. So the ending was him coming out and like giving thanks to everybody, him and his wife, and like just how happy they were that it was successful and they want to see it grow, and they were happy that everybody respected the land, blah blah, all that stuff.
The final thing they did was sing a song.
Oh, they did.
They're like a native like thank you song. I'm assuming it was a thank you song.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah. I loved that.
Yeah.
There was another opening, I think it was the Saturday opening, where they came out and they did like a drum song, a drum and singing. Mm-hmm. Like 3 guys got up there, played the drums and sung in the native Blackfeet language. That was awesome. And then the crowd chanted one more song and they played another one.
Oh, did they really?
They did.
Oh, that's
fun. Because the other like people hosting getting ready to like start the band are like, sure, if you guys want to play one more. And they kind of all look at each other and shrug their shoulders and they start singing again. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I loved the native drums and singing. Like when we go to Epcot and Disney, my favorite thing to do is the Japanese drums.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of just drums. So getting to hear native drums was awesome. And then adding the singing on top of it, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I guess that wraps up the music. Do you just want to do some other things about the festival? Like you mentioned the cleanliness of the festival.
Yeah. So all over the festival, there is signs that say like leave no trace.
Which is like a standard, I think, camping practice or philosophy. At least it was in Boy Scouts. Okay. So we would camp and then I think I did this on the last day, but you would go like arm's length apart from your campsite and you just walk and any trash you find you pick up. And we did it. We saw other people do it where you saw trash on the ground, you bend down, you pick it up, put it in your pocket and whatnot. So
I mean, like,
clean.
Yeah, like I remember one day at the lake, there was just a little corner of like a bar or like a, you know, power bar or what are those called? Protein bars. Wrapper. And I picked that up and you put it in your pocket. Like, everybody, I mean, so in the US at least, at shows and festivals, the thing is you drink something and you just throw it on the ground.
I hate that. We do not do that. I fucking hate that.
We do not do that. We throw things in the trash bin because that's where you're supposed to put them.
Or when the band starts, you throw your drink full in the air.
Yeah,
and I fucking hate that.
Yeah, we hate it. But that's just what people do. And so here you didn't have any of that. You had no trash on the, like, I mean, I guess kind of on Sunday there was trash flowing around, but people were picking it up.
Yeah.
But it was more like somebody had something to eat and the wind blew it or whatever. But hands down, the cleanest festival grounds ever. Like when the bands got done at the end of the night, there was no, okay, now we need a crew to come in and clean this up. Like it was already clean.
Yeah.
Campsite, same thing. Because at Incarceration, I just remember like there would just be trash everywhere, or like
it did seem like some people would like leave their campsite,
leave their stuff, and
then they put their trash in a nice little neat pile at the edge of their campsite.
But they wouldn't take it out. Like,
right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they would leave their trash at their campsite when they left. And it's like the dumpster's 100 feet that way.
Yeah.
Just fucking walk.
Yeah. So you didn't see any of that. We already talked about the porta potties being cleaned. Every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, a lot, there was no toilet paper or tissue. And there was also not water in the hand washing things.
That would happen.
So we had like wipes and hand sanitizer, but that was also in the announcement to bring stuff.
Butt wipes are fucking crucial. I've heard this also from other camping festivals. We took them with us to Inc. It wasn't as necessary, but it was also really good.
Well, at Inc. we had the or like it was at a fairgrounds. Yeah. So we had real bathrooms with running water and everything.
But like it was still good there as well. But here, butt wipes are fucking awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, other than the non-free, non-alcoholic beer, did you have any negatives with this?
The barbecue.
The barbecue. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, that was not the best.
Sound check was a negative for me.
Okay, let's talk about that.
I really, really hated sound check. Not the fact that they did sound check, not that you could hear it and it overpowered some of the panels. The fact that, and I heard multiple times this happen and literally saw people get chased off of the bowl during sound check. They did not allow you to be down there for sound check. I don't know what the fucking issue was. I don't know why you couldn't be down there watching sound check, but you could not watch sound check. Yet you can go listen to it from the lake because obviously the sound's traveling. Yeah. You can go stand at the top of the mouth to the lake from the bowl and you could watch it.
I saw people doing that.
You could stand back by the bars, which were closed, and watch it.
Yeah. And you had to walk through the bowl to get to the lake. Right. Well, unless you went the long way around.
And therefore see sound check. So you could have just walked back and paced back and forth. So like, what the fuck's the big issue with watching sound check? Thinking about, and it was a big thing throughout the festival of like community. This is a great community. We're all communal. We're all so happy, blah, blah, blah. The boat is a community. Yeah. We sat there talking with people we met on the boat while a band did sound check.
Right. And we even clapped for them.
Well, and they thanked us for it. So it's like, why
what's the big deal about watching sound check?
Exactly. Yeah. That really pissed me off. Like,
I didn't know it was so rigid that like people are getting chased off and stuff.
I saw people get chased off and it was like, what in the fuck is your goddamn problem? It's fucking sound check.
Yeah.
What's the big mystery here? Because they're wearing normal clothes? Like, who gives, like, we're not ruining anything.
Yeah.
That really, really pissed me off.
Well, I mean, there's no other way for them to do it with how the pool is set up and like where the lake is and how you had to get to the lake and stuff. But I mean, if they don't want people hearing sound check, then
what's the issue?
I don't know what the issue is. Like, because everywhere you can hear, like Milwaukee Metal Fest,
right?
Like when you're waiting for the band to go on, they're doing sound check. You hear it,
right? Like, I don't get it.
What's the big deal?
That irritated me so much. The bars not opening until the band started was another frustrating aspect.
And we say bar, it's soda and non-alcoholic beer.
Well, sure, that's the bar they have,
Yeah.
Honestly,
I guess they were called bars, weren't they?
Yeah.
I would say beverage tents.
Up at the big trading post as well, the first day they had it listed as like $5 for a shot of that like non-alcoholic liquor they had. I tried to buy one, like, we're not actually doing that here. You have to go to the bar, which the bar's not open. Yeah. So I can't do that.
Yeah. I guess we didn't really touch on the trading post. That's like the general store or whatever. They did have ice, which we talked about. But then they also had like soda, some camping stuff, sunscreen.
Yeah.
Feminine products.
Yeah.
Some other things. You know, like anything that you might forget or need was sold there.
Yeah. Other negatives, I guess. I don't know. I loved how the sets were set up in terms of when one band was done, the next band went on. So there wasn't any overlap.
No overlap, yep.
But it did mean you had to plan your evening a little bit. So like, when are you getting food if you want food? Because again, the food's going to sell out. It's not going to be there.
Yeah. I think that would be another thing for me is you're out here in nowhere land. I mean, there's nothing there. So if you didn't bring food and you didn't get food by the end of the concert, the likelihood of you having dinner is slim to none. So, I mean, they did warn you about that in the emails and stuff, but it's kind of like having having a food truck that's the late night food truck or something like that, like, would have been helpful.
So maybe this is a good segue then into what would you have done differently? Now that you've been there, what would you have done differently? And I think one for me is I would have brought a camping stove and brought my own food.
For us to do differently, not the festival.
Yes, for us.
Oh, yeah. I would.
We'll get on improvements later. Yeah.
I definitely would have brought food, like camping stove versus food, which we don't have a camping stove, but I mean, go to Walmart and buy one to make food, like make something simple.
Breakfast.
I
smell bacon every now and then. It's like, oh my God, I want bacon right now.
They did have a breakfast truck.
The lines were very long.
The line was really long. The coffee was not good. And then they had a coffee stand as well that looked like they were doing like lattes and stuff like that. I didn't partake. I just took canned coffee or whatever. But I do think having like making some food would have been helpful.
I would have made a very big lunch.
Yeah.
And then have a small snack when we get done. Like 8 brats or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just doing like either hot dogs or like sandwiches or something like that would have been nice.
I definitely skip the barbecue.
Oh yeah,
that
for
was
sure. I would not pay for that.
Waste. It was so bad. It was not good.
Yeah, I would not pay for
hated
that.
The barbecue.
It was very expensive for not good.
Holy fuck! It pissed me off.
Yeah, yeah. The third day, I almost said, like, let's not even have it. Let's just go get.
But at the same time, we'd be fucking paid for it. So I'm gonna eat it. And if I have to throw it away, it's not my fault. I'm throwing this away. Yeah. It's your fault for not knowing how to cook fucking meat. Apparently,
I hate wasting food though.
So do I. I do.
What else would I would do different?
I would prepare for the heat. I would bring lighter, thin, long sleeve shirts.
A lot of people are wearing those, like you see them at like beaches or whatever, but like, the long sleeve shirts that have like the hood thing on them that are very thin. That way, like, you're not getting sun baked all day.
We did put suntan lotion on every single day. So I did not get burned. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because I have been a lobster before. Yeah. And it sucks to sleep and it hurts. Like, you can't do anything.
Especially when you have no air conditioning and you're sleeping at tent and stuff.
So like that was good that I did that. I'm very tan compared to normal.
Yeah.
But I would have, definitely prepared better for the heat. As well as for the cold at night.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like, we prepared pretty good for the cold at night, like bringing quilts or like heavy blankets. But if I saw some people just have like, a sleeping bag or, like a little thing, but like definitely prepare for that because it is very much very, very hot during the day and then very cold at night. Yeah. So also preparing for, I guess last year they had really heavy rains.
Yeah.
This year we had dryness and the wind and the dust. So preparing both ways, I guess, to like have something to cover your face.
I should have put my bandanas on. I really should have. I thought about it multiple times. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah.
I was dumb.
I was using my shirt or my sweater to like cover when the wind, because you could kind of see it come up, but definitely have something to cover your face. The other thing I would maybe get, I saw a lot of people with them, is the short chairs to take to the lake.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were so many people, especially when it was really hot, they would sit the chair in the lake and then just like kind of hang out.
Having better like lawn chairs, like the shorter ones that you can pack up and be barely
because ours are the really big ones. Yeah,
because I don't want to lug those around all day. Also,
something we did not talk about is, I guess it maybe is a Montana thing, maybe just a Western thing, but if you take anything in the lake, like a floaty or a raft or like the blow up rafts,
anything that goes in water,
like a canoe or anything, you have to have like the state. What are those called? Like the not
basically
patrol.
Inspector approve it.
Yeah,
like the DNR.
DNR. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like the environmental people approve it, so it doesn't have like any foreign contaminants. Yeah,
wildlife on it.
Yeah. So
which when we were driving out there, we saw so many.
We did, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Stop here for watercraft approval.
Yeah. So I guess it's a really high fine if you don't get that approval, and they were actually stopping people from taking like floaties and stuff into the lake. So if you are going to the festival, definitely make sure you get that done before you go in. So even like the Walmart floaties, like that you just blow
did
up.
Have a person selling canoes, kayaks, and like water boards that you like stand on, whatever the fuck
paddle boards,
whatever they're called. I don't know, boogie boards, whatever. It's like $20 an hour, max 2 hours, I think is what it was. Yeah. So not a bad price.
We didn't do that, but we tried canoeing once, and I'm not good at it.
Multiple years ago, we did. Yes.
We should do it again.
The last day we were down there at the lake and water, we were just sitting there by the water for a few hours. And one of the lifeguards, it was funny, they do have a lifeguard on duty for like a few hours. But he was apparently, I think he was talking to somebody who works with the festival.
Yep, it sounded like it.
And he was basically asking him, like, did this work? What would you improve? What would be good? And you heard things that, the lifeguard said, like, one thing I remember them saying was like, is lifeguard a good title? And he's like, yeah, I think lifeguard's a great title. It comes with some sort of connotation of what we are doing. I even had a person come up to me yesterday and be like, are you technically certified? He's like, yes, I am. So he's like,
because he's wearing a security shirt, but then had the lifeguard like floaty thing.
The floaty.
Yeah.
Which I also saw him watching a band the day before.
Really?
I got a video of him watching it. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love watching that.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, the title's great. He also said something like trash cans down here would be awesome to have. Porta potties down here would be awesome to have. And he was like listing off everything that would be good, like improvements potentially which when we go to festivals, one of the things we acknowledge is that nothing in life is perfect. Therefore, the festival's not perfect. Therefore, this festival's not perfect. What would we do to make it better, to make it more perfect?
Before we go into that, I want to say, and maybe other festivals do this as well, and we just don't hear it or see it, but I love any business, any management, any business, going to the person who's doing the job and asking what would make their job better or what would make the experience better, and not just assuming, they're fine, sort of thing.
I have never seen it at a festival where that happens. We always get the email as a concert goer, what would you do? I've never seen it going to the employees.
Yeah. And maybe they do it.
Maybe.
Or like a survey or something afterwards, and we just never see that side of it.
And this wasn't a survey, though. This was hey, you and I, let's have a quick conversation.
Yeah, like he had a notebook and he was like taking notes. Yeah.
And then he's like even playing devil's advocate. Because one thing he said was like, it'd be cool if we had a bench to stand, like one of those lifeguard seats.
Yeah.
Like if we could have that, because standing all day is a killer.
Yeah. But then he made a good point. He's like, also there's a lot of things like trees down, like the trees and like the bends and stuff. And he's like, if I'm standing here, I can't see around that bend, where if I was sitting on a chair that's higher, then I would be able to see around.
And then the guy asking the questions, like, I'll play devil's advocate. How do you stop people from climbing up that? Which again, having that conversation back and forth is key. So that was awesome to see. Okay, going into what we would improve. Any ideas on what you would improve?
One thing, they did have free water. We did not mention that. They had so they had huge water. They had to bring in all the water. So there were huge water tanks that were sitting out in the sun all day. They were hooked up to a hose that were on two spigots, on one in the concert bowl and the one by the food tent thing, or the barbecue tent. I did fill up a couple bottles of water with that, and by the middle of the day, it's just very hot water. I did not like to drink that.
You only drink ice water. You're drinking out of a cup here, and you always fill it with ice.
Yeah.
And we were going out there, and you're like, we need to get ice. We need to get ice to keep the water cold. We need to have cold water. And it's like, you can just drink warm water. Like, this is where you and I differ. Yeah. You love ice cold water. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's water. So, okay, that's what you would do. That's your opinion.
Well, no. So my thing is, like, it's great that they have free water. Just some way to shade it or something so it's not sitting out in the sun all day.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if they could put it in the woods where it is shaded or something like that, but something to shade it.
And this is another topic for me that I was thinking about, is like more shade. But at the same, like, how do you do that?
How do you do it? And a lot of festivals don't have any shade.
Right.
Though. Incarceration, I mean, they had a few trees and stuff, but otherwise we were out in the sun.
Right. So it's like, maybe I just, again, it goes into planning better.
Yeah.
Like, a part of me is like, I would love to have you bring in fake shade or little tents and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like, how do you do that without ruining the scenery, the aesthetics?
Because you don't want stuff blocking.
Yeah.
So I did think of it a couple times because of how where the sun is and stuff. I was like, oh, it would be better if the stages were on the other side. But then I'm like, wait a second. They can't be on the other side, like where the VIP tent and stuff was. I was like, but they can't be over there because then you don't have the mountain view.
Right.
So they have to be where they are. So I did think that a couple times where I'm just like, I can't look at the stage because the sun's right here shining into my face.
Yeah. You brought this up when we were there, is you said this feels like the boat on land.
Yeah.
With like the morning is other activities you can go and do, and the nighttime is concerts.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I don't feel like we partaked in as many of the panels or workshops as I would have liked to. And I don't know what that is. If it's we slept in or the distance to like change clothes and like make everything work.
I think so.
just didn't work for us.
I think it was just the timing, because by the time we got down there, it was probably 10 a.m. By the time we got to the lake, I mean. So once we got in the lake and then listened to the one panel, went back and changed, and then got lunch, it's now 1 or later. And then the music starts shortly after that. So I think it's just the timing of being able to do it, and maybe the distance. We were in the first GA camping. There was more GA camping, and then there was the premier camping, and then the RV camping.
I heard people the first night playing Magic being like, it's a 20-minute walk to our tent, and like, tent's it's right there, bud. You can
we got really lucky. Our tent was like very close to the porta potties, very close to the food tent, and very close to the bowl. So I guess it's good to get the VIP so that you get there early. But I did say, like, after the first night, because it is also dark out there,
which I love.
Yeah. But walking on a mountainside, it is cleared. Like, they have the trees cleared and all that stuff, but you do need some sort of light. So we're talking about like things.
Yeah.
I'm not saying for the festival to bring in light. I'm saying if you're a person going, to make sure you have light of some sort.
I'm fine without the light. I would walk slowly and be fine with it, even though I'd trip every now and then. We don't get the stars out here. We don't get the dark out here in Chicago. Being out there and seeing the stars, it was awesome.
For the festival improvement, though, sorry, I keep getting
we're rambling here a bit. One thing for me, the first 2 nights, and even possibly the third night when Amigo the Devil we thought was going to play, there wasn't a whole lot going. Well, mostly the first 2 nights, there really wasn't a whole lot happening, and I felt like we were there a long time before shit finally started happening in terms of like music. I know we had the local high school bands and the powwow and the local bands, but that still kind of felt very abridged and very minimal shit happening that day. I wish, and I love campfires to begin with, but I wish at night there were more campfires or more communal things around campfires. And one panel was a local or native telling stories, like oral stories and traditions.
Like doing that around a campfire.
That would have been fucking phenomenal at night, having somebody tell campfire stories. Yeah. But like native stories around a campfire. Yeah. Like their traditions are handed down orally, typically around campfires and our meals or something like that. So having some way to do that at night, especially that first night, that Wednesday when there was actually nothing going on, and maybe that's just a perk for buying the VIP and getting there early. But then again, do that also after the Thursday night, and then the next night, like just
and maybe they were trying that with Amigo the Devil to see if people would stick around, and maybe next year they'll do.
Well, they did that last year too, didn't they?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said somebody thought the campfire was over there.
Oh yeah, no, they did something around a campfire. Yeah, and it was the other campfire.
I would just like a campfire event every single night for sure.
Something I was just thinking of is for eating, like around the food trucks and stuff. They did have a tent that had shade and stuff there. That filled up pretty quickly though, and then it seemed like the other tent that was by the barbecue was smaller, and it filled up really fast too. And so obviously everybody wants to eat in the shade because it's hot. I think over by the food trucks there was enough room to put 2 tents.
They could have put another tent,
and had more eating area, or seats to eat and stuff. Because otherwise you're carrying the food into the bowl, and it was so dusty and stuff down there. I don't think I'd want to eat down there.
You might not be able to because it's the bowl and you have to go down that hill, but moving the food trucks down there.
See, I think last year they had food trucks around.
Did they?
Like where on the other side of the second stage. That's what I'm thinking, because from like reading the comments or something like, oh, no food trucks in the bowl this year or whatever.
But that way, when you're getting food, you can still listen to a band.
Yeah, because you miss it completely.
Right. So if there's a way to like, oh my God, I'm going to get food. I don't know.
Yeah.
Move the fucking VIP tent and the other bar up to the thing.
Yeah.
And then have the food trucks down. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then you lose this little bit of shade you have.
Yeah.
Like it's tough.
Yeah. Also, the VIP tent was much better for the second stage than the main stage. And generally it's opposite, where you're like, you get a premium viewing area for the main stage.
And again, typically we don't buy VIP for those reasons.
No, we don't.
Another thing I was thinking about, which I think it would help me personally, but I don't want to see this happen. It's a weird conundrum. Physical bathrooms and shower houses built.
Yeah.
But then you lose the aesthetic of the land.
You do. Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
get in the water and just like, this is where I'm going back and forth. Like, did I really need to shower? No, I got in the water and that was unbelievably refreshing.
Yeah, it was refreshing. But I do have to say, by like Saturday afternoon, Sunday, I was like, I want to shower.
Yeah.
So, but Monday, it was a really great shower once we got to the hotel.
It was, yes.
So, we didn't really talk about Monday, or going home, but we just drove home.
We made 3 days out of it. We left, we stayed in Montana. Where'd we go?
Glendive.
Glendive, yes. Yeah. Went bowling.
We went bowling, because we showered and then we went bowling.
It was a casino, a movie theater, a
bowling alley.
It's supposed to be an arcade, but they closed the arcade.
Yeah, they don't have an arcade anymore.
All in one building, and storage.
Mini storage, ran by a 10-year-old. So
it was awesome.
He may have been 16, but he was young.
And then we went to where was the next? Wisconsin Dells. That was a trip, and then Chicago, a short trip back home to Chicago, like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So,
I think you want to do festival rankings though, because you have it pulled up on the computer.
Yeah, I guess this is the last thing to wrap this up. We'll start with you. I think we're gonna have a big difference here in where this falls in our festival rankings. So, for you, we have Chicago Open Air 16 and 17 at number 1. Chicago Open Air 2019 is number 13 out of 14 for you, because those are so different. Have episodes on that, all that fun shit. Then you have Headbangers Boat, Milwaukee Metal Fest, the new incarnation of it with Josta, Incarceration, Denver Beer and Metal, and then rounding that out is Riot Fest with a bunch of other ones below that. I bet this is going to fall in those top few for you. Where does this fall for you?
Oh, it's hard, but I would maybe put it under Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Oh, really? Number?
Yeah. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I might. I was a little nervous going into it.
Okay.
Just from the like rustic aspect of it. I enjoyed the camping portion of it. I enjoyed the festival as a whole. I enjoyed the lake. I enjoyed the landscape, everything like that. So it's pretty high on the list for me.
Okay, very good.
Band-wise, it's pretty low. But from a festival perspective, kind of high.
Interesting. I have Chicago Open Air 16-17 at number 1. Also, 2019 Chicago Open Air at number 13. Then I have Headbangers Bout, Incarceration, Milwaukee Metal Fest, Denver Beer and Metal, or Metal and Beer, whatever, Riot Fest, and so on below that. It's up on the screen if you're watching. If you're listening, there's others below that. I thought you would do it just a little bit higher. Honestly, I'm going to put mine after Denver Beer and Metal Fest. So number 6 for me.
What? So you meant that you thought mine would be like a 7 or 8?
I thought yours would be like a 2 or 1.
No, nothing's gonna.
2 or 3 even. I don't.
No, so it's. We've said this before. My first 3 are kind of first 4. Well, first 4 are a 1. Like, it's hard to rank them.
Yeah.
But nothing's gonna beat Chicago Open Air, I don't think, for us from a festival's perspective of getting back into metal. Headbangers Boat's always gonna be up there.
This is tough for me because I went into this honestly expecting this to beat Chicago Open Air.
Really?
I went into this expecting this to be a number 1. The scenery, the venue, as we call it, in terms of the land, amazing. So fucking beautiful. Watching the sunset over the mountains, seeing all the stars come out at night. It wasn't a full moon, but like it was pretty close to a full moon.
Last night was the full moon, so it was pretty close.
The fires in Seattle causing a blood moon to happen and seeing the blood moon over the sets. So fucking amazing. The bands I absolutely loved. The water was so amazing. I didn't even give a fuck that it was a dry festival. Like, it was a sober festival. It did not bother me. It did bother me one person being like, who was sober. I overheard them be like, I'm really glad I've heard multiple people say, like, the sober aspect is really cool. And just this one person being like, I'm sober and I'm glad other people now get to experience what it's like to be sober. And they just all need, and he may have been being sarcastic and whatnot, but just like everybody should be sober now. Like this is
like they should now change you.
Yeah, like they should just be sober because it's so awesome. And it's like, fuck you, you Morrissey motherfucker. Like stop eating meat because I'm playing at my like fuck Morrissey.
Like Riot Fest, when we go to Riot Fest and we won't be able to buy any food because
Morrissey says we can't. It's like that's how I took this, guys.
Stupid.
Right. Yeah. It's like, have your beliefs, just don't fucking force them on me. Whatever. I'm going off on a tangent. Everything about this was so fucking amazing. We brought up some negatives. Whatever. Everything's gonna have a negative because it's not perfect. We talked about that. The bringing in the tribal, the Indian aspect. Like I mentioned this earlier. Like growing up, I had a huge fascination and love for like Indians and tribal culture. I wanted to know more about that, and like it was supposed to be so fucking amazing. And I get there, and I was not happy a lot of the time I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was not enjoying it.
Oh.
The more we get away from it, and the more I look back on it, the more I enjoyed it. But when I was there and I'd hear people talk, being like, oh, there's no festival like this whatsoever. Like they were all just so happy and like everybody was talking it up, and it I just didn't have that same feeling they did. And I didn't know, like, I kept thinking about like, what am I missing? What am I not getting that you get? Mm-hmm. We were in line for the communal feed, and there was a guy talking about the festival in Houston or in Texas.
What's that called?
Jerry always goes there.
Yeah. Gosh.
Heroes something?
Hell's Heroes.
Hell's Heroes, right. And then he also brought up Maryland Death Fest. I heard so many people bring up Maryland Death Fest.
There's a lot of people there from Maryland Death Fest.
And he brought up this one. He's like, Hell's Heroes is a party. Everybody goes there to have fun. You're drunk. You're just having a great time. Maryland Death Fest is just insanely good music all weekend long. Here, the crowd is just very intellectual, I think is what he said.
So we didn't talk about the crowd. The crowd is very diverse. You had your heavy metalheads. And then you had your people crocheting or drawing or painting.
I don't feel like it was that diverse at all.
Really?
No, the heavy metalheads, I didn't get that. We talk about subgenres in metal all the time. I've come to realize, and we've probably touched on this as well, there are subgenres of metalheads. You have your bro metalheads who are into like Slaughter to Prevail. You're like your bros and your jocks.
Yeah.
You have your stoner metalheads who are in like Sleep and shit like that. You have your old school like thrashers who only like Metallica and only wear jeans. And then you have your hippie metalheads.
You think this was the hippie vibe?
This was the hippie metalheads. Like this is hippie. Oh, no,
I saw some metalheads.
Maybe. This to me was hippie metal summer camp. This felt like hippie metal summer camp.
I like that.
Like, and I heard other people saying like this has a summer camp vibe, and it really does.
Yeah.
But it was like the hippie crowd for sure, who are like nerding out on gear, nerding out on sound. They know all the band members of every single band. Which again, we need to get better at that in general, right? Yeah. So like, I don't know. Not that it felt culty, but it just, I didn't have the same emotional connection other people had, and I felt not angry, but I was upset that I didn't. And I went in with super high expectations to have that feeling. And I think that's what the issue is I walked in with a super high expectation.
Don't have expectations.
No, I need to stop. I do my best, and I don't do that often. You know that.
Yes.
But here I went in with, my expectations were here, and they ended up down here, and I was pissed that there was that gap between them. Looking back, this was a phenomenal festival. Would you ever do it again?
I would.
Same, 100%.
I would go back next year if we had vacation days and money.
100%. And like my ranking might not reflect that because I put this below Denver Beer and Metal. I put this below Incarceration. I had more fun at Incarceration than I did here. I
had more fun here, but it was more relaxing here. Maybe that's... Can I go on a
rant? Go on your rant.
I enjoyed this more than any other festival because I didn't come home super tired. I was tired from driving, but it was so relaxing to me. Like the whole going to the lake and just sitting by the lake. Like on Sunday, we didn't even talk about this, I don't think, but we sat by the lake for probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we kind of did because we overheard the lifeguard and stuff. But
it was our segue into what would you do better.
Yeah. But like just the relaxing part of it, I enjoyed so much. And like, I did sit in the lawn chair a lot, or sit in a chair a lot, and just like kind of sat back and absorbed the music. And I was looking at the mountains while the music was playing and stuff. That's what I wanted to get out of it. And I think that was something I told you on Friday is like, because on Friday, I think I missed like 3 bands or 2 bands or something. And I was like, I don't care if I see a band on a stage. Like, as long as I can just look around and hear the music, that's all I care about.
That's where I was like, I wish I could have watched, and I should have prioritized watching a band by the lake.
By the lake, yeah.
And by watching, I mean hearing a band, a set by the lake.
Yeah.
It's mainly that main set. It has to be that main set,
yes,
I think.
Yeah.
Baroness would have been fucking awesome by the lake.
We could have done that. But yeah, so I get where you're coming from with the crowd and everything.
Yeah.
How it was different. I see both sides of it. I thought I saw some pretty heavy metalheads, and then there was the hippie metalheads that you said.
I don't know. I was just in a weird funk.
Yeah. But just to go out there and see the scenery again, see the bands in front, like on the stages and stuff, the message that's given, everything, I would do it.
Yeah.
But we told ourselves going into this is not something we can do every single year.
It's difficult to get out there.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like from vacation time or money and vacation, because like we know we're doing Milwaukee Metal Fest and we know we're doing Headbangers Boat every year, so we cannot add this to it.
I remember now.
Okay.
About Camp Daddy.
Okay.
We get in. Hey, I'm Camp Daddy. Thanks for helping this grow.
Yes.
Because we were talking about how it had doubled over the year.
Yeah.
I think it would be awesome. And I think I mentioned this during one of the 666s we did, maybe the Firekeeper Alliance, which we don't really touch on a whole lot here, but we do a 666 on it. Hopefully it turns out good. We haven't edited it yet. Anywho, I could see that expanding to other tribes.
Yeah.
And then therefore, hopefully this festival
expands.
It'd be so awesome to have, a fire in the mountains in Meskwaki, Iowa. The scenery, it won't be as beautiful, but the message will be beautiful.
Yeah.
And like everybody I talk to, and we talk to people on the way out there, I talk to people in my book club who are like, don't fucking drive out to Montana. It's a horrible drive. You mentioned Montana was not a fun drive, like the scenery and whatnot. I loved every minute of our drive.
Really?
Everything was beautiful. The land was beautiful. All of it was so amazing. I loved all of the different scenery, even though some of it was the same. It's beautiful.
I loved around western South Dakota, eastern Wyoming, eastern Montana, and western North Dakota, where those all meet because of the landscape and how beautiful it is. And then I guess going through, I don't know if we were in Wyoming or Montana, but like going up to Great Falls, we saw like that mountain, and then the rainstorm came over the mountain and stuff. Yeah. That was beautiful. The drive on Monday from East Glacier to Glendive was boring.
Oh, I thought it was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it all.
But I mean, I would drive out there again, 100%.
Yeah.
For us to go again, though, we don't have 12 days to use every single year to do this.
So then it becomes, do we do the hotel and port in, or do we do the glamping? I talked to people who did the glamping, and they were kind of like hesitant, like, oh, we did the glamping. Because, like, I hate the term glamping.
Yeah.
I wish, another improvement, to touch on this. In Europe for the festivals, you look this up.
Oh, yeah.
You buy like a pack, or you rent your gear.
So it's a company that does it, and I can't remember what it's called, but they go to like all, maybe not all the European camping festivals, but a lot of them. And you get a 2-man tent, a sleeping bag, and chairs, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But you get what you desperately need. And then you just rent it for the festival, and then you return it to them. And then they do it at the next festival.
So if Fire in the Mountains did something where it's like, buy a camping pack where you show up and there's a box of all the gear you need on the predefined sites that are perfectly measured out, and not this random ass, well, we didn't hold the stick as taut as we did last time. Like, have your campsites plotted out, and then have a box of all your gear
that you need.
Show up, boom, flip it open, here's your tent, here's everything you need. If they had that for like $200, I'd rent that.
Yeah, because I think what you're alluding to is for us to drive out there and take 12 days to do it again, and then with the festival and the drive and everything, like it's just so much. But for us to fly in with our gear is a lot.
Yeah.
Because we don't have enough packing space. So if we go again, we'll probably either do the resort and do the shuttle in, or we'll do a glamping.
You're right. And again, the glamping aspect, I hate that they call it that, because there's like this pretentious attitude or like condensation with glamping.
I can't tent camp. I have to glamp.
I paid how much money to be here? Like that attitude type thing. Like, no.
We would do it for convenience.
It's
not
convenience.
for the status of it.
Right. Like, I'm there because I want to be there and I want to camp, because again, the camping aspect of a camping festival is you meet so many amazing people. The people from Maine who spent literally 2 days driving straight, and 2 days driving straight home as well. Like, getting to meet them and hang out with them and talk to them and get to know them as people, you don't get that if you don't camp. Like, sure, you might be able to do that at the concert, but you're in a different mindset. So I don't know. This was truly this is the other thing. I've been thinking about this for a few days now, wrapping it up for me, and then I'll be done. You can say your final words and we can wrap it up. This festival to me is the same situation as Back to the Beginning in terms of Back to the Beginning is hands down, without question, the greatest metal show of all time. However, it's not the greatest metal show I've ever been to because of personal reasons. Yeah. This camping festival is arguably the best, or just festival in general. This festival is the best festival right now. Like, arguably, it's the best one we've ever been to. It's just not my favorite that I've been to.
Okay, maybe this list is our favorites.
Yeah, this is our list.
Not like how it was put on and everything like that. And I think that's why I put it at 4 for me, is because I enjoyed this scenery. Even on Sunday, I was like, I don't want to go home. Like, I want to stay here. But it's like, but the bands weren't the best bands in my opinion. I mean, they weren't bands I would choose. Yeah. Like, I would rather go to a Chicago Open Air or Headbangers Boat or something like that has more bands that I'm into. Yeah. But I would not give up the last 12 days or whatever it was for anything.
Right. I said the last thing. This is the last thing. I'm sorry. I promise.
It's okay. I'm editing this. I'll just cut it all out.
Sure. I put this below Incarceration because, again, I said this earlier, I had more fun last year at Incarceration than I did here. However, even though I would prefer to go to Incarceration over this, we will go to, this is a prediction I have, we will go to another Fire in the Mountains before we go to another Ink.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
This is a festival we will be back to this at some point in the future, and it will be before a lot of these other shows because it's so special.
Yeah, I was already like, okay, well, we can't do it next year. We can't do it the year after that. The year after that, we can maybe go.
Right.
Like, yeah.
This is definitely one that is going to be on the list of, like, if we can make it work, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Ink, I would enjoy going to Ink again, but at the same time, it's like, I can go somewhere else. I can go to another Danny Wimmer because they're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
There's nothing like this.
Sorry. We'll wrap this up, I promise.
Oh, sorry.
I liked out of this festival the non-commercial aspect of it.
Yes.
Where almost all the other festivals we've been to, it's like, oh, we have this big radio personality or this, I mean, I like the people that do that, but it's like, we're going to bring the Blackfeet people or the Blackfeet community out.
Your personalities who are introducing the band or getting you prepped for the next day, the Firekeeper Alliance and the members are the citizens of the Blackfeet Nation coming to welcome you and to honor, like, just say, thank you for being here. Here's a song of our people, or here's a song from our culture.
Yeah. And there is was there? I was trying to think. Oh, there was a couple, like Metal Injection was an ad. There was a couple ads, but it wasn't like, like
Pathfinder, Pathwalker.
Oh yeah, Pathfinder.
Was that the
non-alcoholic drink that they had, or mixed
one of those things.
But on the other festivals that we've been to, like the stages, like
the Not Fest stage,
or like the
Blue Grape stage,
Blue Grape record stage, and everything is all that and stuff. And it's like, this was so much better.
Again, I understand why you have to do that. Yeah, but at the same time, I agree with you.
Yeah. Anyways, we gotta wrap this up. We gotta wrap this up. I said, we're only
like 2.5 hours in of recording, so this will be down to like an hour. episode. Any case, thanks for listening to us ramble. This was a phenomenal, amazing experience. Not a once in a lifetime experience for us, hopefully.
Hopefully not.
But an amazing experience. If you can make this work, highly, highly recommend it. If you're not into the metal hippie scene, it's still worth it.
Yeah. Get out of it what you want to get out of it. Yeah.
My issue was I went in with extremely high hopes. So
don't be scared of the rustic aspect of it either.
That's the thing that I think would be more afraid of.
I was very nervous about the rustic
camping
aspect.
as Boy Scouts. I was completely fine with it, but that's just the difference between you and me, I guess. Anywho, it's live music, and this is one of those rare experiences where I don't even want to say that live music is this. This is live music. Getting to experience this in a community live. I'm rambling again. Go see live music to experience things like this, and seek out unique experiences. But get out there, explore, listen to live music, support your art, support your culture, support your people, support your community. Get out there and enjoy.
Thank you, Blackfeet Nation.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.